Carmen, we are in full force in here.
With?
Full force anti-fly mode.
Okay.
Contraptions have been set. Steps have been taken. Precautions have been made. Flies stand no chance.
I mean, it's about time,
Well,
my guy.
Galvin pointed out something that was very gross.
Yeah.
Oh.
Galvin said on his way home yesterday he went to go take a drink of his drink, which is just water. And he opened the cup and he looked and there were bugs in it.
Yeah.
Bug water.
Extra
Therefore,
protein.
I looked at my cup, my coffee cup that was left in here overnight, and that had bugs in it.
Mm-hmm.
And we are.
Be careful out there.
Yeah,
Where are they coming from?
I don't know. That's the next step. Is that I'm gonna call Home Team Pest Defense and have them come in here and do a deep dive. But I mean, for right now, I don't know. We got the Zevo light going. We've got the Raid solution open. We've got the homemade dish soap.
Joe's Juice.
Juice is around the studio, and it seems to be right now under control.
I haven't been attacked yet.
I did see one. The minute I opened the Raid thing, I saw one flying around.
I've seen a few.
Okay.
Or at least one.
Well, they're going to make their
times.
way toward your direction.
I hope so.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'll just help them over to the Zevo light.
There is another outlet to your left a little if that's too close to you.
No, that's fine.
Okay. All right. And there's even one down lower if we have to.
Remember we thought it was just like 2 or 3 little flies?
Yeah.
But now we realize it's like a full infestation.
Yeah. It's gross.
Yeah.
It's gross. And the worst is we can't figure out the source. That's the problem.
No.
So we don't know.
Have you looked in that room in there?
What room?
The gun room.
The gun
the gun room? Yeah, but there's nothing in there. But I mean,
yeah,
you know
but
what,
did
Carmen?
Joe leave a banana in there or something?
That could be true.
You know what I mean? Like,
there could be a lot of fruit in there we're unaware of.
Yeah, there's definitely a sour smell when you walk in the door.
From outside.
Yeah.
I noticed that too.
okay.
I thought though it was just Joe's concoction.
No, it's
There's
something
so much
else.
vinegar. Oh,
Yeah.
Joe, you're gonna have to take a look.
I will
You're gonna have
definitely be
to
taking a look.
You're gonna have to do a deep dive in there.
What are you doing over there? Like,
What do you mean? What am I doing?
This
I'm
all
just
falls on
sitting
you.
here. No, it does
It
not.
is under trash, and it does fall under trash.
I mean, I did not know pest control was part of my
Yeah,
duties.
custodial
but, you know,
maintenance.
Custodial maintenance
Okay.
is Gio's right. It falls under that umbrella.
If stuff needs cleaning or trash needs taken out or bugs need to be disposed of.
Okay.
Odd odors, like that's all you.
When you work for a small business, Joe, each person in the small business takes on extra duties
Right.
to make sure everything gets done. Oh yeah, Carmen.
we
yeah.
are not a family.
Oh.
This
No,
is
no,
a
no.
job.
No, I'm not
Pay
talking about
me
you.
or I'm not doing-
You're not in the small business. You're in the big corporation.
Yeah.
You work in the big corporation.
Yeah.
We work in a small business.
Okay.
So each one of us has extra duties.
Don't fall for
Joe's
Joe.
extra duties are garbage removal, custodial duties,
Of course.
and occasional pet walking, those sort of things.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I'll write this down.
No,
Fly.
you know
duties.
the
Okay.
duties.
All right.
Yeah.
You
All
know
right.
what goes on.
All right.
Whereas we each got Gio is in charge of beverage delivery.
Oh yeah.
Galvin
Coffee.
is in charge. of
Gio never got me a drink the whole time I was there.
You
Joe
didn't
got
ask. You didn't ask.
You have to submit your order.
Yeah.
Joe got me a water.
There's a
Thank you,
process.
Carmen. Yes, I did.
So I'm just saying.
I'm pre-show.
Gio's slacking.
No, I'm pre-show. Joe is show.
Joe is during the show.
Yeah.
Gio is pre-show, and you need to do it in advance.
Yeah.
You need to put your order in advance.
I would have happily added you to the list of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Coffee
Gal.
bitch.
I see Gal.
There's one right there.
I saw Galvin swatting over
Yeah,
there. That's
there's
not
one.
good.
It's landing on my
I feel
computer.
like that Zevo thing being so close to you is going to be a problem.
Yeah, because they're gonna come at you.
Yeah.
Listen,
Should
they're
we move
coming
it?
at me no matter what. So at least having the Zevo thing here
Oh,
will
no.
do something.
Oh no, Galvin swatting.
Yeah. Well,
Man.
it's not like we open a container and plug a thing in and they're all gone.
Yeah.
They're
Takes-
still here.
Might take some time.
So far, so good over here.
But if you plug that in like on the back wall, it
Oh,
might
Jesus
like
Christ. All right, I'll move it.
They're dive bombing Galvin. Dive bombing. Oh, I feel terrible, but I don't know what to do.
Michael, don't blame yourself.
I don't, Joe. I blame
blame
you.
you.
Okay.
Yeah.
blame
That's
you.
what I figured.
Yeah, yeah.
That's-
I just keep thinking about John Senning said he literally moved.
Yeah.
He left his house.
But John Brennan, these are fruit flies. John Brennan had
Or
had
John Senning, yeah.
John Senning had crab flies.
I think they're the same thing.
I think they're the same thing too.
No, they're definitely not. I've seen them both. The fruit flies are small and they are floating around. The crab flies just sit on the wall. They don't
Yeah.
really dive bomb you. They just sit there and it's gross. And then, you see one, then you see two, and then you're like, oh, we got problems.
Well, the good news is that guy called yesterday said they only lay like 50,000 eggs
Yeah.
in
A
24
night,
hours.
a night, yeah.
And is that the solution that you shouldn't be in a closed room for
no,
more
I read,
than
Yeah.
I
3
read those
seconds?
instructions.
Oh.
I basically, what Raid did, Carmen, is they just took your solution and put it in a cup and charge $8 for it.
Yep.
It's just, you open it up and you just smell vinegar and you
Yeah.
see soap bubbles at the top.
I'm telling you, there's a product you can buy, you can make it at home. And it
Yeah.
probably involves baking soda or vinegar. That, you know what I mean? And a couple other things.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like those two things mixed with other for any like cleaning solution.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
But I feel like if I go to your house, it's going to smell like vinegar.
no.
You sure?
Mainly smells like dog. No, because the
Oh,
vinegar.
that's even worse.
Wow.
Well, I mean, my dogs, like I wash them and stuff because
Yeah.
I just have 2 dogs and I live in a small place.
2 times in my life, I went to somebody's house where their dog smelled horrendous and they didn't know because they were in it, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
my biggest fear.
Carmen, I went over somebody's house. I won't say who it is. I'll tell you off the air. But I went over their house and I went, oh my God, what happened? They were like, what happened? And I go, nothing, nothing. And I want to be like, you don't smell that? It was smell like death. And then another time, I went to a girl's house that I was dating, and she finally invited me inside. And when I went inside, I was like, oh, we're going to do it. Here it comes. And then we went in there. I was like, what happened? Something died in here. And she was like, what? I don't smell it. I was like, oh, God. And I was unable to function.
So,
She was nose blind.
She
Yeah.
was. They were
Yeah.
nose blind to it, yeah.
but I will say every year, the cruise, you get like a whiff of your house when you come back because you have like that 4-day,
Yeah.
no one living there, no one doing anything. And every time I'm very like, our house doesn't smell that bad. I'm like,
Well,
I'm shocked. 'cause
That bad.
Yeah.
Well, no, like I expect it to smell like wet dog, even though like only because we have 2 dogs.
Can
but
I
we take
tell you,
care
if
of them.
I ever come over, can I tell you?
Of course.
You want me to hold back? You want me to tell you?
Tell me.
All right.
Yeah, but like I said, every year we come back from the cruise and I'm always like, oh, it does not smell bad.
Out of all the things you've said or told Carmen, you thought that wet dog would be the deal breaker.
That's going to put it over the edge.
That would be the offensive
Yeah,
thing
I
to
don't
hold
want,
back.
you know how sensitive I am with Carmen. I don't want to make it.
Not that she opens her mouth like
Right.
an anaconda whenever she's eating.
Right,
Her
right.
eyes roll back in her head like a shark.
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
I
You have
was
to
gonna-
wear to come in the studio.
I was going to say something, but I didn't want to hurt her feelings.
Yeah,
The
you know
house
me.
smells kind of like the 2 dogs.
Always looking out for Carmen's best interest.
Yeah, it's funny because if anybody's coming over my house, I always put a bunch of good smelling things
Yeah.
in there and do all that stuff, and then I walk outside and I come back in and I go, okay, it smells
Yeah.
good.
See,
To
I
make
have
sure
a
it smells good.
home scenting system, and
Yeah.
half the time I can't even smell it because I'm so used to it.
I love coming to your house because it gets on my clothes and
Yeah.
then I can smell it.
It is on our clothes, and then it's on my laptop. It's on like the case of the laptop
Yeah.
because whenever I go home and I open it, and you just get the smell, and yeah,
Well, it's funny because you said the cruise, Carmen, because when I take my my sleep apnea mask and I put it on and I'm not in my house, I smell my house.
Yeah.
It's trapped in there.
Yep.
Interesting. All right. Well, that's the battle we faced this morning. Diminishing the flies.
I feel like we're losing the war.
I don't think so. I think
The
we just
war has just
rallied.
begun. Yeah, the war has just begun, Gio. Don't be such a negative Nelly.
Come
I
on.
feel like you should have done this a long time
Yeah,
ago.
this is a long time
Like,
coming.
yeah.
The first week.
I didn't expect it to be of this caliber, and I thought if it's for fruit fly, usually means there's some sort of fruit or something that was left out, and now it's gone, or Joe threw the garbage, and now that should be the problem's gone, and Joe hosed the garbage out yesterday. So,
Too little, too late.
I sure hope
I
not.
think the flies are coming from the garbage can, though.
Well, I don't know where they're coming from, but I mean, in all honesty, other than Galvin getting dive bombed over there because he's got this Evo, I feel like I'm pretty good over here.
There's a couple have been flying around here.
Have they really?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Not as bad as yesterday, though.
No,
Big difference.
Okay. All right. We're off to a good start. Let's just say that. Let's be positive today.
Yeah.
Did you get any of the incense or anything?
I ordered it. They haven't gotten here
Oh.
yet. How dare Amazon take a full day to deliver something to
We're
this
gonna light a
house?
couple candles.
Yeah. Well, my candles are all out too. Really falling apart.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
We
sorry.
have that little warmer out there, Michael. I could bring that in.
What is that?
You know, it sits on top
little
of
wax warmer.
Yeah.
thing.
I don't know if that does anything.
Come on, man. What's wrong with you?
I'll just start a fire.
Okay.
Oh, man. We had practice yesterday.
Yeah,
I would say one of our most successful practices ever.
it was pretty good.
Carmen, you'll be happy. New songs.
No
Oh,
way.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Songs, plural?
Huh?
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could qualify it as songs.
There
Yeah.
were 2 songs.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah. There
Yeah.
were 2 songs for 'em. Practice is pretty good.
Are they newer songs?
Brand
Yes.
new. Brand new.
Yes,
Okay.
Currently being played on the radio.
summer hits.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
And I would say we got it in 2 takes.
Yeah, it was pretty
It
good.
was pretty good. And we're going to be debuting it tonight at Whiskey Willie's, which I hope people come to, because I'm going to be really embarrassed if we get there and there's 30 people there.
No, I don't think that's going to be the case.
Yeah, not at all.
I drive by there every day to come here, and
Right.
I just look at the parking lot. Like, man, it's gonna be chaos. Good chaos though.
I have 2 fears about Whiskey Willie's. One is that it's going to be empty tonight. Not empty, but I know there's going to be some people
Yeah.
there, but it won't be full. And 2, it'll be so full, it's going to end up like Great White. That's my thing. I want Tom to provide all the exits for me when upon arrival.
Well, we have no pyro, so no fire
You don't
or
know what I
anything
have
like
planned.
that.
You don't know what I have planned.
I'm bringing a bunch of flies.
Oh,
Bring the Devo thing.
Yeah, Zevo. Zevo.
Diva.
Ba-na-na-na-na.
No,
If you see a fly, you can whip it.
I hope that's the new song.
no. Way more current. Way more current. You'll like it. It's so current, I don't know the name of it.
Yeah,
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, for reals.
I know.
I don't even know the words. I can hum it.
Yeah. And I thought it was a different person.
Oh, see? There you go. Oh, so what time will you be there, Carmen?
I told you I can't
I
come.
know. I'm just-
Listen, I would definitely want to come because one of the parents or grandpas of one of the kids on the team, he goes to Whiskey Willie's a lot.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he was telling me about the last time he went on like karaoke night and he showed me a video of the place and I was like, oh my God, that's going to be so much fun.
It reminds me of the old school Dallas Bull. Low ceiling, dark inside, everybody's equal, and it's just there for fun.
Right. And the stage is right there.
Stage is right up in your face.
Yeah.
A lot of regulars.
A lot of regs.
Yeah. It's going to be a good night. I'm bummed.
Sassy bartenders.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun time.
Yeah. You guys are going to have a lot of fun.
This guy's drinking.
Oh.
Still off the wagon.
Oh.
I didn't do too bad yesterday.
What did you do
taco,
yesterday?
but no. I ate leftovers. Amanda made tacos, so I just ate the taco meat yesterday. I kind of stuck with the wines,
That's good.
It was one of those days yesterday. But what was yesterday?
Yesterday
Oh,
was
we had
Thursday.
practice. We had practice. Yeah, I did a lot of driving yesterday. I had a lot of running around to do. It was one of those pain in the ass days. You got to get everything done in one day, And I got caught in the rain that I didn't like.
I had to send something off, ship it, and I was going to go to the post office, and then I was like, oh, there's a UPS right there. I'll just do UPS. So I opened the UPS door to go in, and there's this person standing right there because there's 9 people in front of them. And I just reacted. I opened the door, and there's 9 people in there, and I go, is this the world's busiest UPS? And everyone started laughing. They go, see? And I go, all right, that's it for me. And I just left.
See you later.
I have an interesting thing that happened yesterday that I was driving through streets, right? Like regular residential area.
Mm-hmm.
And it just started to drizzle. And then it went crack. And the rain was about to start pouring.
Yeah.
And there was a girl on a bicycle. And I thought about seeing if she wanted to ride.
Oh,
No. How old?
I knew I should
How
clarify
old?
this before I open my mouth.
How old?
30s, fat and ugly. Okay, if that changes your story at all.
Nope.
I don't think it changes your story.
No.
Yep.
She was the kind of girl where if we were playing hot or not, she was definitely not hot. I just felt the sky was about to open, and she got off her bike and kind of stopped, like she panicked a little bit, and then she went over to like seek shelter, and I went, and then I thought, where would I take her? I don't even know, like what, like I have
Where
a truck.
she wants to go.
Well, but I mean, I know, but what I'm saying is, what if she's like, I live. She could have been like, I live over there, and then I would have been like, oh, okay, or she could have been like, I have to go to Brandon. I'm like, I'm not taking you to Brandon. You know what I mean? Like, what was my? And then what is the worst? I wasn't going to be like, just sit in my car while the rain passes.
No.
And I just kept going. I
So
didn't do anything.
Hop in the back of the truck.
No, like a Mexican immigrant
She's
worker.
not
No,
helping her.
but she's going to still be in the rain.
But it's going to cut down on the time she's going to be in the rain.
No.
Now she's gonna be in harder rain.
No.
You think that I'm driving through the rain is going to help her?
Yeah. Hey,
No.
sweetheart, hop in the truck. I'll give you a ride.
No,
Get in the back.
Did you at any point ask her if she was ticklish?
No.
Okay.
I didn't. I also didn't. Then I'll be honest with you. Part of it was my laziness. I'm like, what do I got to put her bike in the back? No, but
I'm getting wet.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. I'm like, no, I have to get wet. I don't know. All this happened in a matter of 15 seconds in my head. It wasn't like I stopped and contemplated, and I just thought I feel bad. But I also feel bad, Galvin, whenever I see any adult, male or female, waiting for a bus. Like if I'm headed, headed in that direction, and there's an adult woman or an adult man with bags and stuff like that, like, or especially groceries waiting for a bus, I want to be like, can I drive you down this road? Like,
Especially
I feel terrible.
Adult woman with groceries and like 2 kids.
Yeah.
And you're like, come on.
Yeah.
That's why I always said if I won the lottery and I was just like driving by in a Mercedes, I'd be like, here, just take this.
Take it. Yeah, all yours.
Yeah, I'll sign it over
Yeah,
to you.
but gross fat lady in the hot Florida sun. She probably smells.
She wasn't gross. She just wasn't attractive. I mean,
Right.
like, I know, I knew as soon as I said it to you guys, you were going to be like, oh, you weirdo.
You know what that lady hears whenever I drive by? She hears my car go. I just get heavy on the
Yeah.
gas.
Same.
Oh, you have no feelings for that? It's weird because it's just like with the Carmen. I have no problem taking shots at her, but I feel bad telling her her house smells like dog.
So you're saying Carmen's a fat girl on
No,
a bike?
no.
That's what I heard.
No.
I see the
Here, Carmen.
correlation.
No, Carmen, I'm sorry. I did not mean to go down that road
Fat
whatsoever.
and gross.
Oh, yeah.
If I may, Carmen, I watched 2 videos of you yesterday where I thought you looked gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
The one of you doing the amazing sitting and getting up was very impressive, but the other one that you made later in the day.
Oh, my smoothie.
Yeah, you look so pretty in that video.
Thank you. I'm
2
really did.
videos and a picture.
I don't know if I saw the picture.
Yeah.
You sent the picture.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
That was for science.
I deleted that.
You did?
Thank
I
you,
blew it
Gio.
out.
Yeah.
I printed it out.
I felt very uncomfortable.
I actually went to CVS and printed it out.
Yeah. I hung it next to my Zhao Ying
Yeah.
poster.
Right?
Oh,
I can't wait for that to be a pin though on the next cruise.
for sure.
No.
For sure.
Just one. Just
No.
one.
Yeah.
And whoever
If you
get-
find it.
The
Yeah.
Holy Grail.
Whoever gets it gets to spend the night with Carmen.
Oh.
Oh, how was night 2 of Chad's birthday?
It was good. Well,
You guys put the VRs back on?
technically his birthday was night 2. Shark Week started yesterday.
Oh,
no.
He broke it.
Yeah, he
Oh, sad weirdos.
he induced it. But
That's
no,
a new name for it. Instead of Shark Week, you have Sad Weirdos.
but yesterday his present that he bought for himself came, so we played on that all day.
What did he get? A new controller?
No, we got Dance Dance Revolution.
Are you serious?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
What are you kids doing?
What a
It
nerd.
was so much fun.
Puzzle face and dance resolution.
Yeah, but because it's good cardio for one, but it's just something that we can play together. You know, he's a game nerd. You know what I mean? Like he's a gamer.
Yeah,
and
he's tarking off with the other guys.
yeah, and he always said like that was his favorite game, like in the arcade. So we got one, but we didn't get the right one, so we were gonna like return it and get the one that we want. But we still, played on this one.
What does it come with?
yesterday.
Like a pad?
So this one is like a whole gaming system, but it's almost for like kids, like your kids who are like 10 and under who don't have a console or something.
Right.
Because it just connects into your TV and then it has a bunch of games on it and you use the pad and it was like $100 or like $150,
Yeah.
So it works good, but the songs are all like kid bop songs or they have like an Asian version so you can do, all those songs and stuff.
Hot.
But yeah, it's just like it looks like a pad and it has the 4 arrows and a couple of the other ones and you play the song and you just step on the arrows, It was hard. And then at one time there's a racing on it and you basically have to do like a shuffle
Yeah.
from left to right to make your people move. And we did that once and he almost died. It was
How
super
old
tough.
is Chad now?
41.
Can I tell you that people are afraid of 40? 40, there's no difference. People are
I
afraid.
beg to differ.
Physically, maybe you feel a little different.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, for the most part, 40, no different.
From
45.
30s?
Yeah. I mean, like, I didn't notice a thing different in 40 than I did in my 30s. 45, a little bit of physical, start getting more gray and that kind of stuff. 50, a little bit more gray. But physically, 53, the worst.
Wait.
Absolute worst.
Yeah.
Carmen,
I think that has
I'm
something
telling
to
you.
do more with you.
No, I think everything. I think I'm 3 years after schedule. I think 50 is supposed to when you, and I held out to 53. Some people, Galvin, you may still be holding out. Knees bad, back bad. Also, I gave up PlayStation. I don't want to play video games anymore. That's the year that I quit video games. What else? I quit a lot of things this year. I just quit.
Yeah, it seems like 53 is about 30 years past when you should give up video games. But
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm telling you. I mean, Chad's 41 and he just bought the dance game, so
Yeah.
he shows no end in sight. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and he plays Madden with all the kids. You know
Yeah, I
what
don't even want to play Madden this year. Like, I'm just not into it.
Yeah.
I buy it every year, and this year I'm like, nah, I'll just play last year's.
Yesterday he had to run out of the house and he was in the middle of a league game. So I had to jump in and click for him
Oh,
because
brother.
because if you quit
Yeah.
on your team, then you get a timer.
Yeah.
Like where you can't play, and his was going to be like a 2-hour thing. And we knew it was going to rain yesterday, so he was like, "What am I going to do if I can't play league?" He was like, "Would you mind?" So I jumped in and I played for him.
How'd you do?
I got 2 kills.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. We lost, but
Still.
it wasn't my fault. They were losing when I started playing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I can see it, but also, one game was enough for me.
Are you ever jealous of the game? Because I know a lot of girls play League of Legends.
Yeah. No. I'm not jealous.
Mm.
I don't, because his setup is in the living room.
Oh,
So
he's
he's
not hiding nothing.
No, so he's playing his game and I'm watching Netflix. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So we're still like hanging out. But if he ever if we ever like moved and got a bigger house and he wanted a game room, no. I mean,
No, you said.
I mean, obviously, like if we have an extra room for it, I get it, but I don't, I like spending time with him. And if he had his own gaming room, I would never see him.
You are so whipped.
I love him.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I like spending time with him. I don't want to like spend time by myself all the time.
I get it.
I love time by myself.
yeah,
I do
Me
too,
too.
but I get that when he's at school.
Right, that's the thing. I get a lot of free time too, so I'm
Like
like,
during the day.
yeah. I it's worse for me because my wife is home, but she's working, so I can't bother her. Yeah, but so I walk by sometimes and just put my balls on the glass and I do stuff to try to distract her, and she doesn't pay attention to me. So
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like, because I know, like, when Chad gets home, like, he wants alone time. Like, right now it's summer, so it's not so much. But during the school year, he's at the school for 12 to 14 hours. So when he comes home, he wants that alone time. And that's when I'm like, okay, I've been alone all day. Let's hang out.
the simple fact that you recognize that makes you a better girlfriend.
Yeah. So I usually just, like I said, just let him play his game. I'll make dinner, small chat when he gets up to go to the bathroom or something. I can kind of
Do
keep
you do
it.
that? You go, where are you going?
Um,
My wife can't leave her room without me knowing the plans. Where are you going?
Oh.
What are you doing? When will you be returning?
well, literally the bathroom is right there.
Yeah.
So unless
Uh-huh.
he's like going upstairs, but if he's going upstairs, I'm like, what are you doing? Yeah, but yes.
Yeah. All right, it is Friday. We've made it through the week. And tonight, Pipple Toddler is at Whiskey Willie's in Lutz. I'm very excited for that. We go on promptly at 9:30 tonight. Normally, we have a later start. 9:30 to 11:30 is what they asked for, so that's what they're getting tonight. And we look forward to being out there and playing and melting faces. Gio will not be there, but Pap will.
I will. I'm bringing Ian Beckles too.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and possibly Dizzy, but he hasn't gotten back with me.
He hasn't committed. He hasn't committed.
He's got.
It's all John Senning now. It's all John Senning.
Yeah.
He said that his plans were still up in the air, so we'll confirm this afternoon.
Johnny B going too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it means there'll be some Johnny B singing
Right.
tonight.
Yeah.
Pap will do some singing tonight.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to a great night tonight. Come out there and join us at Whiskey Willie's. Whiskey Willie's.
Whisper.
Whiskey Willie's. All right, let's take a break. Get the show moving on a Friday morning. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone.
I mean,
Typical weatherman
yeah,
looking.
weatherman. Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks young.
Nash Rhodes.
Let me see how old he is. I'm
I
gonna
like
say
him better than that other guy.
I'm gonna say he's under 30.
What's the guy's name I don't like?
I don't know.
Geo.
No, I like Gio a lot.
okay.
No, the other
Yeah.
weatherman. What's his name? The other Brian.
Dennis Phillips.
No, I like Dennis Phillips. The guy from Fox 13 that wouldn't come on the air with us.
Not Paul Delgado.
No. The guy in the morning.
Um,
Mitch Cumstein. What is his name?
I don't know.
Yeah. I can't believe it. Every day I go. Every day I say I don't like him.
Yeah, I don't.
Not Nash Rhodes.
Or
Yeah, guy, come on. You got it, Carmen.
it starts with an O.
Oregon
Dave
Trail. Dave Osterberg.
Osterberg.
Hey,
Osterberg.
Got
Carmen
it.
did it.
Carmen.
I got you.
Yep, thank you.
You're welcome.
Between all of us, we'll eventually get it.
Yeah, I really thought he should have walked right off air and come on the
I mean,
show.
this is obviously the priority.
100%.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to be on a number one show, Osterberg, this was the show you should have chose, not the one that they're paying you to do every day.
And they could have just handed him the phone.
Yeah,
live on
while he
air.
was live.
Yeah.
And said, hey, let's do a crossover. And for that, I will hate you forever, Dave Osterberg.
Jerk face.
So I'm probably right. This guy is probably young. I can't find the actual age, whatever, on Nash Rhodes.
Right.
But it says that he graduated from University of Oklahoma in 2021.
Oh, wow. And they already got a good gig, huh? Big market for TV.
So if you're thinking he was probably 20, what, 3,
Something. Yeah.
20, even 24.
That was the Don Johnson show, Nash Rhodes.
Nash Rhodes.
Yep. All right, Carmen, what do we have to give away this morning?
Okay, so today we have a day to remember in yellow card.
Yep.
Cage the elephant.
Okay. When is that? How has that not happened already?
That's not until September.
Oh, why are we talking about it now? Nobody
Yeah.
cares about it.
Huge. Monster Jam.
Yep.
21 Pilots.
Okay.
Summer of Loud. And Busch Gardens Summer Nights.
I have hiccups. Does it say what the Summer of Loud is?
Summer of Loud is the
That's
big,
Beartooth and
yeah.
Yeah.
Falling in reverse.
I Prevail.
I Prevail. Yeah, that's
All right, let's give his stuff away right now. A little bit of Sporkle. Here we go. Nice, well-rounded supplies for winners. Carmen is a keeper of Sporkle. Pat Pap is your judge and scorekeeper and custodian. Did you notice anything during the break
I did
out
not.
there?
I did
How
not.
have the flies been? I feel like it's been pretty good over here today.
I have not had one encounter.
Galvin, how are you feeling about it?
pretty good. There
Yeah.
was that one. I think that was just one that was buzzing around me.
Okay.
Same one. I don't
Finally
see it
got
right
it.
now.
Finally got it.
Let's check the Tebow.
Oh,
No.
are they in there?
Nothing yet.
Oh, really? Maybe because you got it plugged in too close to you.
Oh, Jesus
well-
Christ. Plug it in somewhere. Plug it in somewhere.
Oh, now
yeah.
you ruined the whole
Nope.
thing.
Nope. Figure it out.
Threw it.
Figure it out.
He threw it.
Figure it out.
Carmen, what are we playing today?
All right, today we're going to be playing 4-letter easy vocabulary. Very
All right.
simple. I'm going to give you the definition. You're going to give me the 4-letter word. Okay?
Yes.
Your first one. A long, narrow mark.
Dash.
Say it again.
A long, narrow mark.
Skid.
That's not so easy. Line.
Oh, very easy.
Yeah, way easier than
Yeah, really easy. Extending a great distance. Extending a great distance.
I feel like it's going to be really dumb.
Long.
Yeah.
A large building hosting several stores.
Ball.
Mike.
Yay.
To change a material from solid to liquid due to heat.
Melt.
Galvin. A machine generally used for grinding grain.
Mill.
Geo. A small furry mammal that burrows with tiny eyes, hidden
Mole.
ears. Geo.
No, that was
Galvin.
me.
Galvin and Geo sound the same.
Well,
Galvin gets the
figure it
point. You are
Wow.
grumpy today.
Well, what about,
sir.
right? It's not
Yeah.
just me. I see it. He's a little grumpy.
Sorry, I'm grumpy that there's flies flying around me.
Well, you broke the machine.
Well, we literally told you how to help that. All right, your next one. A stand on which objects are placed.
Desk.
A stand on which objects are placed.
Yeah.
A chain of coral under the water.
Reef.
Geo. Bright red gemstone used.
Ruby.
Mike. A long bag.
Sack.
Tote.
Sack. Geo.
Got your sack right here, buddy.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Rack and sack.
The common unit of electromotive force.
Electromotive.
Watts.
The common unit of electromotive force. Volt. And Pap, we are halfway there.
Michael has 2 points on the board, same as Galvin. He's also got 2, and Gio is your leader by 1. He's winning with 3.
Come on now.
All right, we're doing 4-letter easy vocabulary. Your next one, a constant pain that is continuous. Galvin. The surface included with a set space. The surface included within a
Mass.
set space.
Area.
Area.
That makes more
Mike.
sense.
Either the sister of one's parent. Galvin. Release of a prisoner for money.
Bail.
Geo. A round or roundish body of mass.
Lake.
Oh, no. Mass.
A round or roundish body of mass.
Blob.
I don't know.
Ball.
Rack, sack, ball.
A baked dish made from flour, sugar,
Bread.
cake. Geo. To announce or read something in a loud voice.
Yell.
This could have been different.
To announce or read.
To announce or read something in a loud voice. Call.
I was going to say call, and I'm like, that can't be right. Oh, my God. Damn it.
A pack of playing cards.
Deck.
Geo. A small toy made in the shape of a person.
Doll.
Doll.
Mike. Causing or incurring very little difficulty.
Easy.
Mike. And Pap, we're on the last 3.
Galvin has 4 points on the board. Michael has 5, and Gio is still ahead by 1. He's winning with 6.
All right, here we go.
All right. 4-letter easy vocabulary. Last 3. Here we go. A long rubber tube that water
Straws.
flows through. What'd you say?
I said hose.
I said straw.
Galvin gets the point. Hose.
Sack. Hose. Balls.
Having a gentle nature and a
Calm.
willingness to help.
Kind.
Kind.
What is the score now?
Galvin and Gio have 6. Michael, you have 5.
Oh, man.
All right. Everyone's still in it. This is the last one. Joint that flexes
Knee.
and bends,
Oh,
Oh.
666 ain't enough.
Oh.
ties it up. All right. This is the tiebreaker. Covering for your foot that has
Shoe.
Mike.
What just happened? The comeback kid. That's 3 in a row.
Here he comes, the comeback kid.
Mm.
Here
It's
he comes.
1 in a row.
Oh, okay.
Nice try.
Sorry.
Your final score, Galvin with 6 points on the board, Gio with 6 as well, and Michael is your triumphant champion today. He won with 7.
Sweeter on a comeback. It's sweeter on a comeback.
It was a nice comeback.
Thank you.
But I don't like, Joe, how you did that.
Why?
Because
What did
it
he
sounds
do?
like I came in last when Gio and I tied. You could have said coming in both with
What did
6.
you? How did he say it?
He said Galvin had 6, Gio had
You
6,
did.
and then yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
But that sounds bad.
All right.
Makes me sound like I lost.
you did lose. If you're not first, you're last.
Yeah. You trailed for the majority of the game.
Doesn't matter. I still had the same amount as you. You led for the majority of the game, still lost, same as me.
Not
Enjoy.
me. I came back and won.
I feel worse for you. You blew it. You had the lead. You had the lead, and then you just blew it. I at least made a comeback. I made it never. You
I
just
don't feel that way at all.
Yeah, no.
I feel like I was dominant throughout. And
Yeah.
just, tripped
People
up
are
at the
texting
end.
me right now. They're like, "We feel bad for Gino."
Yeah, he had it. This was his big one.
was in the
I
bag.
was dominant throughout and just tripped up at the end.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say tripped up. You got beat
Yeah.
fair and square.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Just sat there. Didn't even say anything.
Let me grab a contestant. Good morning. Who is this?
Hey, it's Matt.
How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing well, thank you.
What do you do for a living? Where are you headed right now?
So right now I'm headed to my dog's appointment. He's got a dental cleaning.
Oh, that's not so bad.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna put you on hold.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like you weren't going to put him down. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah. Well, you said I'm headed to my dog's appointment. I was like, oh no, this could be bad. All right, I'm going to put you on hold. Carmen will grab you during the break, and we'll hook you up with a prize. Thank you for playing. He's on line 8, Carmen.
Got it.
Don't forget, tonight, our band Pitbull Toddler is at Whiskey Willie's in Lutz. We go on stage at 9:30. We're looking forward to seeing everybody out there. Galvin,
Yes.
what do we have coming up in news?
Coming up in news today, still ticking and talking. Finally here, and garbage lottery.
Oh, no.
Oh, Joe, you might be.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm thinking about going pro.
Joe, will you do me a favor during the break?
Yes.
Will you? I know this is not part of your duties, but will you plug that Zevo back in
Yes.
somewhere?
Yes,
Thank
I
you.
will.
Come on, man.
It's the Mike Calta Show. News is next on 102.5 The Bone.
By the way, a little Aerosmith there. You see Steven Tyler and Joe Perry, I guess, were over in Sarasota the other day.
I mean, what were they doing? Just it looked like they were two homeless old ladies.
It
on the
really
street.
does.
It's not Joe Perry as much as Steven Tyler. Joe Perry looks like he's a retired Marvel superhero with his white streak in his hair and his chiseled abs at the age of 75. He, with a shirt with one button open, he looked like a retired Marvel superhero.
But he
And
also
then he
looks,
brought this old lady with him.
yeah, he looks like a guy who is a rock star who's in the Rock and Roll Hall of
Yeah.
Fame, and his aunt.
And his old Aunt Shirley was with him.
Wasn't Steven Tyler going through chemo or something
I don't think so.
Oh, I don't know.
because of his I thought because of his throat or whatever.
I don't know.
I don't know, but that doesn't affect him putting his hair up in a lady bun.
And wearing a see-through blouse.
Yeah. What was that? He was wearing a see-through shirt.
And
Wasn't he?
bedazzled pants.
I mean, don't get me wrong. We're making jokes, but Steven Tyler and Joe Perry
Oh,
can pull
yeah.
that off.
Yeah. Also, if you saw them, you'd be like, oh, my God.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
I had a guy DM me the other day, and he goes, Galvin, what was the song you guys played coming back before Sporkle? This and that. It was kind of a hair band song. He goes, I've been trying to find it, this, that. And I didn't see the DM until like late afternoon.
And we can't figure out.
And I was like, oh, man. I go, I have no idea. I go, I can't remember anything. Is that he figured it out, though.
Was it Winger?
No.
Oh.
I thought maybe Winger.
Give me some more hints.
That's all he had.
Oh, what did he say? Hairband song.
He said it sounded like a hair band. He said it was coming back to Sporkle.
Oh, it's Sporkle. So
Yeah.
in the morning.
Yeah. Early.
I don't remember.
Was it the zoo?
It was the zoo.
Oh, the Scorpions.
The zoo, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is, I go, I love that. Love that song. I go, but I can't remember, There's a lot of times you're playing something I may not even have my headphones on yet. And also, who knows?
I listened to my number one best friend, Robert Kelly, on The Bonfire. And a lot of times I go to turn it on and it's not on yet. And I listened to Eddie Trunk, who's on for a little while. And Eddie Trunk was talking about the zoo and the Scorpions. I remember that's what made me play that song that day because he put it in my head. It was on my mind. And then Bobby Kelly, who I haven't talked to in a couple of days, sent me a text the other day that just said, "You're gay, Y-O-U-R." And I just wrote back Y-O-U apostrophe R-E. That's all we've talked this week.
I actually texted Bobby yesterday.
You did?
Yes, because he had a clip up.
He texted me yesterday. I forgot. He just wrote, "You're the worst."
Oh.
Because he called me during practice and I couldn't answer. We were playing.
Sure.
And he just wrote back, "You're the worst."
He had a clip up that was funny.
Yes.
And I said, that was funny. Also, I like that shirt.
Yeah, his tiger shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said, I got a few for summer. He
Oh,
goes, I
yeah,
had some
yeah.
summer shirts. And I
Yeah.
go, I like it.
Yeah, I got one for him. I got to send it to him. It's got Cowboys on it.
Oh. Very
Appropriate.
nice.
Does Bobby know you're off the rails?
Oh, yeah. You should
No.
probably tell
Is
him.
that
now
why
he
you
does.
haven't talked to him?
I think Carmen, it might be.
Yeah.
I might secretly. I'm avoiding everybody.
Yeah.
You don't want to get yelled at by another grown man.
Mm-hmm. No,
I think it's cool, man.
Thanks, Gio. Thank
Don't
you.
encourage it.
I did not go to Taco Bell yesterday, and boy, did I want to.
I will give you 10,000 guesses to guess what I had for dinner last night.
Carrabba's.
100%.
Oh, are you serious?
100% Carrabba's.
You gave me 10,000 guesses. I got it on the first one.
Wow.
I had Carrabba's. I go, you son of a bitch. You got me.
Why didn't you go to Olive Garden?
I ordered it. It was closer, and I just ordered Carrabba's.
How was it?
It was good.
Every Carrabba's in the area has reached out offering to bring us.
Yeah.
Not one Olive Garden has reached out to us, but all Carrabba's have reached out willing to bring us food.
Olive Garden doesn't need it. They don't need to give away for free. They
Yeah.
know you're coming to get it.
Several emails yesterday
They're not
from
begging you to take their food.
former Olive Garden employees that said 100% nothing is made in Olive Garden.
Yeah.
All heated up.
Some guy wrote that he goes, I used to work in Olive Garden, whatever, everything's frozen. I go, I don't care if they're cooking it in an old man's shoe.
Yeah.
I go, it's delicious.
Okay.
Yeah, Olive Garden's not here to change minds.
Yeah.
They are who they are.
Oh,
Take it or leave it.
Hey guys, I don't know whether you know, McDonald's isn't making everything fresh in there either.
That's
They're
not-
doing pretty
that's
well.
not true. Gio could tell you that.
I don't know why it's got to go back to that,
Burger guy
but
knows.
we're talking about Galvin's eating, not mine.
Yeah, there's guys back there hand making the
Yeah,
patties.
the patty.
Yeah,
Pat it down.
I'm sure.
You don't
sure
know.
they are.
You've not been in the kitchen.
I've been in the kitchen.
Oh, you've
'Cause
been in the McDonald's kitchen?
Yeah, well, I was yelling at a manager.
Oh, I was just saying. You're the only one that's ever worked there, right?
I did work at McDonald's
No.
when I was in high school.
Oh.
I also worked at McDonald's.
Oh.
in high
The
school.
original. He was friends with Ray Kroc.
I never worked at McDonald's, but my brother John Calta did get Employee of the Month.
Yeah.
The closest I came to fast food, I guess, is Domino's. You and I both worked at Domino's,
Yep.
not together, but different
Pepperoni,
Domino's.
ham, mushrooms, onions, green olives, black olives, sausage, ground beef, green peppers, and anchovies. Those were the toppings.
Huh?
Z.
Got it.
I worked at the Holiday McDonald's right there on US 19.
Holiday, huh?
Still in operation?
Still in
work?
operation, yeah.
All right.
I go there. There's a picture of me.
I told you where I grew up in St. Charles, Illinois. That was a long-standing McDonald's. It had been there for a long time, but it was one of the test McDonald's. So we would get all the different
All the
stuff
new
that
stuff,
they would
yeah.
be trying out. Yeah. We were like, oh, what's this? What's going on? It
I
was
worked
good.
at Perkins on 54 and 52 and 19, and Hudson.
Yeah.
That was the worst job I've ever had in my life.
Oh, a lot of old ladies wanting pies.
I don't know pie. I don't know if we had pies.
Really? Perkins was always big on
I
the
know,
pies.
but we didn't have pies. It was Village Inn was
Village
doing
Inn,
pies.
yeah, had a lot of pies.
We didn't do pies, but I worked there as a busboy, and it was the worst moments of my life. The 100% worst moments of my life.
When I worked at McDonald's, I was like 15, 16, and all my friends worked there as well. So it was fun.
Yeah, I bet.
We're all screwing around. And
I was with a
food.
bunch of people who I saw if I stayed at Perkins, that would be my future, and it depressed me every day.
Yeah.
I did not want that.
I don't know if I came up with this or saw this and then told it to my son, but this was years and years and years ago. I said, one of the great things about being an adult is if you want a French silk pie from Village Inn, you can just go get it.
yeah.
And we went and got some.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
go, that's what you can do. You're allowed to do that.
Yeah, I had a realization about that when I was probably about 19. I was at Publix, and I thought I really wanted a Twix, and I thought I could buy a Twix.
Yeah.
I could buy 4 Twixes if I want to. I
Sure.
no longer have to ask anybody if I can have a Twix.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah, you realize it one day. I also remember sometime in high school, I remember going, what if I ask my mother if I can go out, and she says no, and I just go out anyway?
Mhm.
What is she going to do?
Mhm.
She's not going to stop me physically, and she's not going to call the cops on me. What really is the result?
You ever get grounded?
Yeah.
I never got grounded.
Well,
I was the youngest. of
you were
four
the
boys.
youngest.
So
You're-
I
Yeah,
think,
they kind of
and-
gave up by then.
Yeah.
But also, my parents were pretty cool. Like, my parents weren't, hey, everybody come smoke pot in our house or anything
Right.
like that. But my parents were like, if you're going out to a party and stuff and there's drinking or something, whatever, you can call us to get a ride home. Also, if you're out and you're going to be out late, call us and let us know.
right.
Yeah.
That
You
was
know.
that. My
Kind of
mother.
treat me like an adult. And then I was like, okay, I just got to call and be like, hey, I'm going to stay out. I'll be home 1:30 or something.
No, I think about how the amount of times that my mother just let me wander the streets of Staten Island while she was sleeping and not knowing where I was, and some of the places that I was. It was ridiculous. But like I can't. I say that I'll never do that, but yet my 15-year-old used to hang out in Ybor. But no, there were the only time I ever really got grounded is like when my mother said if you go to summer school you'd be grounded for the whole summer, and she stuck to it, man. I could not leave the house the whole summer except for work. I know it was pretty awful. I was like, I'll pick up whatever shifts anybody wants just to get me out of the house. Yeah, it was bad. But I never went to summer school again, so it taught me a lesson.
How many restaurants did you work in? Did you work in a lot of restaurants?
I worked at Domino's Pizza when I was like 13 or 14. Then I worked at, before that, I worked at Raspberry's restaurant when I was 12. I was a busboy. And
12
busboy. As a busboy.
Wow.
Yeah. And I worked until like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Is that even legal?
No. I got paid cash, and I wasn't allowed to tell anybody how old I was.
Huh.
And then, I was 12, so I was like spilling things, and it was just a mess. That's Juliana's age. You know? That I worked at Raspberries. Boy, I hated that too. Because I was out on Friday and Saturday nights till 2 o'clock in the morning. I didn't get to go out with my friends. I had to work, Then I worked for a restaurant called I forgot what it was called. In my senior year in high school, I worked in a restaurant. I was kind of a dishwasher, but then they kind of were teaching me how to be a line cook. And they actually said to us, listen, we want to send you to culinary school. We'll pay for it, and you come and work here. And I was like, culinary school? I'm going. This is before the Food Network. I wasn't. I was like, I'm going to be a radio superstar somewhere. And they were like, radio? Where are you gonna go? I go, I don't know, but I'm going to do something. I was like, you guys are crazy with your culinary. Man, if I would have went to culinary school in New York, they paid for it. Or great. Yeah. I look at some of my friends from high school who went to culinary school and then are like have all these big jobs in corporations and chefs and stuff.
I thought I was never going to get out of restaurants when I was like teenager, early 20s.
Really?
Because that was all I was doing. Because I worked at McDonald's for like 2 or 3 years in high school. Then I worked at the Leaning Tower of Pizza.
Oh yeah,
in New Portuguese. Yeah. Worked there for like 2 years. Then
I wonder if our paths crossed at like Leaning Tower or like if I got a pizza from you at some point.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because I remember that's when I listened to the radio the most, because you'd be in a kitchen and you'd have the radio on, and I would sit there, and making food. I'm thinking, God, I wish I was on the radio instead of making this pizza right now.
Yeah, I was doing. I worked at Dial America as a part-time job. I had 2 jobs now as a part-time, and I used to practice my radio voice. I was reading my script.
Yeah.
Thank you for calling Dial America. This is Michael speaking.
I worked in a bunch of different restaurants because I worked at Domino's, and then I worked at a couple different pizza places, and then I worked at a place called the Farm Inn, which is funny because like all of my brothers, we all worked there at one point. My brother Tim was a bartender there, had no idea how to bartend, so they just had a book, and like it would be like a martini is vodka and vermouth, whatever, and you just get whatever glass and just fill it with vodka and pour some vermouth in there. People were like, this guy's the best. There's no idea. Then I was just up in Destin, and I saw one of my old stomping grounds, Bayou Bill's.
Bayou Bill's,
which was a fantastic restaurant. Still could be. I don't know. Whatever. It was really good. I mean, obviously all the seafood stuff, but it was go in there at 3 o'clock. They opened at like 4:30 or 5. Go in at 3. Sweat your ass off.
Right.
Because it was a kitchen in Florida, frying everything, doing all that stuff. Get done at 10 o'clock, whatever, and your uniform would just be
gross.
So gross that I had to tell the manager that one of the guys wasn't cleaning his uniform, and I couldn't stand next to him. I go, he's wearing the same shirt, and imagine that.
Yeah,
fry, sweat,
you smell
fish,
like Love Tiger.
Everything, and then it would dry, and then he'd put it back on and come back in. And I go, I'm gonna puke. I can't. You got to tell him. And he was like, I don't want to tell him. I go, you're the manager. I'm not telling him. Yeah, wow.
That's gross.
Yeah.
Something I thought of, Gio, when I was saying about our paths crossing, I saw a video that was very touching yesterday on Instagram. It was a black and white video that showed like slides of pictures, and it said, I wish that my mom would have gotten to meet my girlfriend before you saw it.
I've seen that before, if it's the one I'm thinking of.
Before she died, and then it said, but it found out that they did actually meet, and then they showed a grade school picture from a yearbook, and it was his mother and a young girl, and they were like, oh, she must have been the teacher, and then it goes, just kidding, I don't know these people, and I don't have a girlfriend. I was like, you son of a bitch.
But there is one.
Yeah,
there
yeah,
actually is one.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you watched all the way to the end.
I watched all the end.
Yep.
Just kidding. I don't know these
That's
people,
great.
and I don't have a girlfriend. I was like, that's the best.
I saw one. I think I said it the other day. Whatever, a guy who is on a golf cart, whatever, and finishes up, and he calls the clubhouse, and he goes, "Yeah, it's on speakerphone." And he goes, "Hey, I just finished up." He goes, "I was wondering what is the course record." And the guy goes, "I think it's 62." And he goes, "Oh, I shot a 128."
Just giving you a heads up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to check in with Galvin. He has today's news.
And now, news with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
Galvin,
Yes.
stand by real quick.
All right.
All right. So we are supposed to have Nick Swardson in.
Oh.
Well, no. I
Good
don't.
job, Gio.
No. Gio didn't book this
No,
one.
this is Mike. He did this on his own.
This is actually Chad Zumwalk who reached out to me, who opens for Nick when he's in town.
Right.
And he reached out and he said, do you want to have Nick on the show on Friday? He'd like to come in. And I said, yeah, Nick's never been on the show before. We'd like to do it. And then he said, okay, great. Blah, blah, blah. Confirmed. We'll see you there. And then he sent me Nick's phone number. So Nick said, here, take this, to have this.
Right, but you said
Just in case.
Just in
Yeah.
case.
I just texted him and I said, hey, are we all good? And I haven't heard back yet. And it is 7:22, so technically they should be en route already. Chad Zumach, just text me back. Just let me know we're good or not. I'm not worried about it because I have low expectations from dealing with Gio during the week.
Oh, jeez.
Because
Come on, man.
At the rate and his guest canceled, I'm not surprised. So
We should start keeping a chart.
I don't think that's a great idea.
Like a percentage.
right.
I keep my own chart.
what your guest percentage rate is.
Not favorable.
Oh boy.
It's not my fault. What am I supposed to do?
There's nothing. What can you do?
Go get him.
What can you do? Go
Chachi
get
says
him.
10 o'clock at night. He's not coming in. What am I going to do? Go pick him up?
Maybe you start probably not calling him Chachi.
Yeah,
that.
probably turn
I
him
didn't
off.
like that.
Chachi's a great name.
It is.
It is a great name.
Great. It is great.
Anybody know Chachi's last name?
Arcola.
That is correct,
Yeah.
Calvin. Very good.
Yeah, come on.
All right. What do we have in news, Calvin?
Today's top story, President Donald Trump's decision to open a 2-week negotiating window before deciding on striking Iran sets off an urgent effort to restart talks that had been deadlocked while Israel began its bombing campaign last week. The hope among Trump and his advisors is that Iran, under constant Israeli attack and having suffered losses to its missile arsenal, will relent on its hardline position and agree to terms it had previously rejected, including abandoning its enrichment of uranium. That's according to U.S. officials. The deferred decision gives Trump more time to weigh the potential consequences, including the chance it could drag the United States into the type of foreign conflict he promised to avoid.
I think that Trump is trying to avoid this, but wants to get in it so bad. And I think he wants to exercise our military power. I saw a thing yesterday that was comparing. Did anybody see this? It was comparing the Air Force sizes of all the countries.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like they'll tell you how many planes that they have, and most countries have about 600.
I'm going to assume we're higher than
We're
most.
way higher than all of them. Higher than China, higher than Russia. We had like 14,000.
Yeah, because I remember reading a thing like that certain ones combined, we're still even more.
Yeah. So, and we're the only ones that have these bunker busters, and they need those to get into that one that's underground. And if we give them the bunker buster, we're in. Trump claims we can assassinate the Ayatollah anytime we want. It's pretty intense. It's not a matter of us sitting there and deciding if we can. It's a matter of if we have to, if we will, and what the consequences are. And I have to tell you, I don't really know how this is going to end up. Part of me wants to see wants to see us go in with great force and annihilate and kind of scare everybody, which we haven't done in a long time. And when we haven't had a show of power since the first Gulf War, where everybody sat back and was like, all right, these guys are serious. But also, I don't want anybody to die. I don't want anybody to die from here, and I don't want innocent people in Iran to die either. So it's weird. I like a good flex, but not when it's going to cost unnecessary lives.
Yeah, I think negotiating is better, but who knows how it works out.
If you say to somebody, we know where you are, we know where you're sleeping, and we can kill you anytime we want, you should probably negotiate. But the problem is that guy's 80-something years old and wants to die like a martyr. So if he goes out, he goes out. That's kind of what he wants. So it really puts you in a bad spot. But if that's really what you want, we'll give it to you.
I think Trump wants to go in.
Yeah, of course he does. He wants to flex it.
But then it contradicts everything he's been saying for the entire campaign.
But
and it instantly divided all the right wing.
But so far, he's been holding true to what he said, where he's like, look, I don't want to cause unnecessary wars. I don't want to be involved in something we don't have to. But it is our number one ally in the Middle East with Israel. And the simple fact that Israel, there's still hostages that were taken, that we still haven't gotten all those hostages back. I mean, somebody needs to step up and really straighten some stuff out over there.
Yeah, I think once he started getting pushback from the right, I think that's when he was like, okay, let's wait and see what happens. We'll try and negotiate, because it contradicts everything he's campaigned on and said with like Ukraine and Zelensky and all that. No new wars and stuff that doesn't involve America.
But it does involve America.
Right.
It does involve America. It involves
everything.
It involves
America.
everything. Yeah, but Russia and Ukraine doesn't really affect us, except from the point of view of we're the strong superpower and watching this guy go bully another country. It doesn't. We don't have an alignment with Ukraine like we have with Israel. We're not responsible for joining in if Israel's under pressure. I mean, if Ukraine's under pressure, we're just looking at it from the idea that we police the whole world.
Yeah.
Whereas Israel, we have direct relations there.
Because when he was talking tough earlier in the week, and then he got a ton of pushback.
Yeah,
that's when
Well, you gotta let him talk tough too. You gotta scare some people.
Yeah.
You know?
Right, and they said that could be a negotiating tactic as well. Is hey, you want to play crazy? Well, watch me be crazy, and see how it goes. That's obviously important, but on to more important stuff.
Real quick update on Nash Rhodes.
Oh,
none of us figured this out. The son of Russell Rhodes from Fox 13. That makes more sense.
Yeah, because I was thinking son of Dusty Rhodes.
No. I don't think so. Okay, sorry, Galvin.
And here's your weather.
Yeah.
More importantly, President Trump signed an executive order on Thursday putting more time on the clock for the popular short video app TikTok. 5 months after the start date of a federal law banning it in the U.S., unless it splits with its Beijing based owner, ByteDance, the order grants the company a 90-day reprieve from enforcement of the Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary Controlled Applications Act, which Congress passed with bipartisan support last year, and former President Biden signed into law. It was slated to take effect in January. So you still have TikTok, everybody.
Yeah, it's never going away.
Yeah.
Well, they need it. They need it, and they enjoy communicating with the young kids through the TikTok, and they know that Americans want to use TikTok, so they don't want to be the bullies that take it away.
Like everybody said, it was a huge threat to the government.
Yeah,
it's they're getting information to China. It has to be taken down. And then he found out that it was going to piss off a lot of young people.
Yeah.
And that's when he backed off.
Well, I don't really know what China is getting out of it. I don't really use TikTok anymore. And now that I can watch Long Island audit videos on Facebook and Instagram, I have not gone to TikTok. The other day, I turned TikTok on just to see if I was still a member.
Remember right before the election, TikTok shut it down for like a day?
Yeah.
And people lost their goddamn minds.
Oh my gosh, President Trump, he saved TikTok. Thank you so much. It's all, theatrics.
So many people were like, I'm going to lose all my money.
Yeah.
That's all I have. That's what I do. I do TikTok stuff.
What about, I feel like I've been the victim of this whole video game thing where you're on a bridge and people are running at you and you're shooting at them. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I feel like now there's like so many ads telling you that game was fake.
Oh,
yeah. They're like, don't download that one. It's fake. Download this one. I'm like, well, if it's fake, what did you do? What did I download? Did I download and give them permission to do something to my phone?
Yeah, well, that's the thing is they have a lot of fake stuff out there because there's things that say finally Hard Rock Casino is online and they have the thing and they have where you can actually bet and play blackjack and do all this. It's not true.
But it's not true.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that they're just trying to get you to download something.
Well, I'm a sucker, so I feel
careful.
like I've given out my information too many times.
Also, I'm not downloading games a lot. I don't play a lot of. I have solitaire. That's all I play.
Yeah, I play a dumb game where I have a ball that breaks bricks, and that's all it does. And my wife's like, "There's not even any skill in that." I go, well, "Then you do it.
No,
let me see you do it."
Billionaire, entrepreneur, and Shark Tank TV personality Mark Cuban said in an interview on Thursday that Vice President Kamala Harris's team had asked him to submit vetting materials to be considered for vice president during the 2024 campaign,
Oh boy.
and he had turned her down,
Ah.
saying my response was, I'm not a very good number 2 person, so the last thing we need is me telling Kamala, who would have been the president, no, that's a dumb idea. He said, I'm not real good at shaking hands and kissing babies either, so.
Yeah, although I would have definitely shaken things up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's an intelligent guy, and I know that he weighs in a lot of stuff. I see him and Elon Musk arguing a lot of different things.
Yeah, I don't necessarily know that a guy who is worth $1 billion because he sold something is smart enough to do everything.
He's a smart business guy.
Right. But I mean, also, he created broadcast.com so that he could listen to hockey games or basketball games or something like that. It's not like we now look at him like, oh, he did one thing.
Yeah.
This just in: Russell Rhodes, not the father of.
Oh, come on! This is a roller coaster. What's going on?
I'm sorry. It may change again, but
This
Moose,
just in: grandson of Dusty Rhodes.
No. Moose. Some girl said he was the son of Russell Rhodes, and then Moose sent me a thing where Russell Rhodes said he is not related to him. So I don't want to put the wrong information.
All right.
I was just about to accuse Fox 13 of nepotism, and I would be wrong.
It's quite the rocky road.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I hope everybody survives.
Hey!
And confirmation from Chad Zumach, they are on the way.
Okay, good deal. Well, happy first day of summer, everybody.
Yeah.
Today is the first day of summer, and that also means it is the longest day of the year. The summer solstice takes place tonight at exactly 10:42 p.m. Eastern Time. We will stop playing and celebrate it at Whiskey Willie's.
Sure.
And after this weekend, the days will start getting shorter until we hit the winter solstice on December 21st. Energy companies would like to let you know that the ideal thermostat temperature in the summertime is what? How many degrees?
Well, in this house, 68.
No, but what's the ideal?
72.
72.
Yeah, 71.
71?
70. I think they're going to say high, 74.
74?
That's
Carmen, what do
insane.
you think?
75.
Energy companies would like to let you know that the ideal thermostat temperature is 78 degrees.
Oh.
Nope.
Get out.
Galvin.
Every degree above 75 saves you 3% on your power bill. Don't have air conditioning then.
So,
Like, what are you even doing?
I can control the air conditioning in my beach apartment.
Yeah.
And it was at 78 degrees last night. Nobody is there, and nobody is going to it for any time in the future, and I lowered it to 75. I didn't want the furniture to be too warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
It's 78 degrees.
78.
So if you have your air conditioner set at 78 degrees, just rip out your air
Yeah,
conditioner.
you're paying for nothing.
Yeah.
When
78.
When I leave my house for like vacation for a week, I'll kick it up to 78 because I'm not going to be there.
But I won't even put it at 78. I feel like the cat would be too hot.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't leave the animals for a week by themselves.
Yeah, the cat survives alone.
Yeah.
But the cat's got a feeder and it's got boxes and all that stuff.
Right.
So the cat stays here, and I feel like 78 would be too hot for the cat.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's so funny to me, the difference between dogs and cats. Like, cats seems like they don't care.
Right.
Like,
No.
if you left a dog, you leave a dog for 3 minutes and you come back and the dog's so happy. Cat, you could be gone for a week and then come back and the cat's still just.
Oh no, Galvin, you're wrong.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. My cat is the neediest cat, and if you leave that cat for a couple of days, not even a week, because we don't really leave it for a week, but if you leave it for a weekend and come back here, the cat is mad. The cat will pee on stuff.
Oh.
The cat will pee if there's a pile of laundry in the laundry room. And the cat's been alone for 3 days, know that the cat peed on that laundry.
My wife does that if I leave for
She
3
pees on
days.
laundry,
Yeah.
And then the other thing is that the cat will not leave you alone when you come home. It'll just constantly be walking by you, rubbing against you. Meow, meow. Oh, yeah. Ugh, cats.
I've never had a cat, so
You,
I wouldn't
you want
know.
one?
No, not at all.
Seems like a horrible pet.
Yeah.
Although
Doesn't
last
seem like
night,
fun.
I got to tell you, last night, my wife is sitting in her chair. The cat is sitting on behind her head on the chair. And my wife will just lean back, and the cat will go up and kiss her cheek a little bit, and then put her head back down like she's an adorable cat. I look at that and I go, "That's cute. Keep it over there. Keep it over there."
Joe, this might be something you're interested in.
All right.
You're already doing the can work, doing the different stuff. Maybe win some money.
Okay.
A study found more people would recycle if you made it a lottery system. Instead of 10 cents a bottle, each bottle gave people a 1 in 10,000 chance at winning $1,000.
I like that.
The result was about a 47% bump in recycling.
That's
rates.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I remember being a kid in Michigan, you would collect cans and bottles from people to try and make extra money.
Yeah,
as a kid,
we did that when we
just
were
take
really little.
big giant garbage bags filled with cans and stuff, and you bring like 18 of them and stuff, and then you go, here's 30 cents.
Yep. That was pretty much how it went.
Good job, kid.
I do recycle here. I have the blue can, and we put it out when Joe remembers.
That's right.
My blue can you could eat out of because I have never used it. Not recycling, not in a million years.
It all goes to the same spot anyway.
Yeah. They're like, I can't believe they're still putting it in the blue can.
Well, my favorite is my wife. We have 3 different garbages in the kitchen, and when you open the drawer, there's 2 pails, and she treats the one in the back like if it's for recycling. She just fills it with water bottles and plastic, and I go, but you still throw in the regular garbage, so what are you doing?
Who knows? I love whenever they have the like 3 different options whenever you go to like a sporting event or a concert or something, and they have the trash cans, and there's like 3 different ones,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I don't know. This one?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna take time to read each individual thing and figure out which is which. I got stuff to do. This sounds pretty good. Buffalo Wild Wings is launching an all-you-can-eat appetizer promotion that starts next Friday. So it costs $9.99 for groups of 4 or fewer, and it's good for endless rounds of 2 appetizers at a time. So you spend $10.
Okay, that's
if you have
pretty
a table
good.
of 4 or less, whatever, and you get 2 appetizers at a time, endless.
So I can get potato skins and chicken wings or whatever they
Right,
have there.
and then you can get egg rolls and
that's pretty good.
You know, whatever
That's
their
pretty good.
appetizers are. But yeah, $10.
I mean, if you're there for like watching a game, you're going to be there for like 3 hours.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get
I like
another
it.
round going.
It's only for one day.
No. They're starting it next Friday.
Oh.
I don't know how long they're going to do it for. They're probably going to lose their ass. Going to be like, we're shutting this down. This isn't happening.
I'm going in.
This
Do you
sounds-
go to Buffalo Wild Wings?
It's football season because they got the one by me has the best TVs.
Yeah.
The most amount of TVs.
Yeah, I don't. That's too much for me. I'm going in to watch one game. I don't need to watch all of them.
Yeah, but like I'm going there specifically because I'm watching a sport. I'm not just
Go for the food.
going for the food.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And if you get a booth, can't you have like your game
yeah,
on?
sometimes
And
they
don't
have these
they have the
little
speaker. Yeah.
speaker on your thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't been in the Buffalo Wild Wings for a long time. I don't even know where.
That one that you like has a couple of times I was in there was terrible. The service.
Yeah, not great. I usually sit at the bar, so it's not so bad.
Right.
You know?
Man, you're a lonely bar guy.
No, we're watching football. Everybody's
I
there.
know,
What
but,
are you talking
uh,
about?
just-
Do you go to a bar by yourself a lot though?
Not so much anymore. I have in the past. I've been to Whiskey Willie's by myself.
You have?
Yes.
I could not imagine ever going to a bar by myself.
Don't act like you've never been to a bar by yourself.
I don't think I ever have. I swear to you.
I've never been to a bar by myself.
You didn't walk to J-Wags by yourself in St. Pete's?
No, I was with somebody when I walked
Oh,
to J.
all right.
I've
where do
never
you
been to.
live?
I've
I
never
was
been to a
with
bar
Matt
by
Simmons.
myself. I walked into the Dallas Bull, the old Dallas Bull, one time by myself, but I knew Dave McKay was going to be there.
Yeah.
But that's it. I don't think I've ever walked into a bar by
Yeah,
myself.
if you're meeting friends or whatever, but if you're going in and making friends, that's a different story.
That's what do you mean? That's how you make friends.
That's not how I make friends.
Yeah. If you go into a bar, there's a lot of people that are there by themselves.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
called losers.
I never knew that because I never go by myself.
Okay, guys that just sit on their ass at home all day.
Yeah. I feel like that's better.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I feel like you just wanted to get away from your family.
No.
Oh.
No, it's weird. I don't feel that way about you. I feel like
No.
you're just comfortable there
At the bar?
at the bar.
I really don't go that often.
You listen to me. The idea that you go into the ice skating rink to go to the bar says a lot about you.
But there's a lot of people there.
Yeah, they're parents of kids who are
No.
playing hockey.
They-
Not true.
Yeah,
Not true.
I've been in there. That's all that's in there.
Yeah, I listen. I enjoy the food there.
Yeah, I'm not saying you don't.
I enjoy. I unlike some people, I enjoy watching sports, and I
Yeah.
usually like to accompany that with alcohol and
Yeah,
bar food.
I get you.
We have very refined palates on this show. I love Olive Garden. He eats an ice skating rink.
I think the fact you guys are trying to make it weird is weird.
No.
You know, I was thinking about that, Galvin. You said that yesterday, and the difference between Olive Garden and Carrabba's.
Mm-hmm.
I will take a Donatello's over Carrabba's, even though Carrabba's I enjoy. You know what I mean? But you said maybe I don't have a refined palate. I don't think I have a refined palate, but I just like to eat a lot of different stuff.
No. But yeah, I know. But I'm saying like pointing out the difference. Oh, they microwave.
No,
their
but
stuff,
I
they're
was
making
trying
it
to
from
think of
scratch.
what I think that I've become used to eating a certain quality of food, but I don't dislike all of the Olive Garden food.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, it's all good. Like you could have a great meal at a French restaurant that's a 3 Michelin star restaurant and
Right.
stuff. But I also feel like that would be lost on me if you're doing the quail egg and you have foam and this and that and everything. I'm like, it's not for me.
Yeah.
Although
You want a hearty meal.
Although I would imagine that they're putting flavors together, flavor profiles,
Right.
that I would be like, oh my God, that is amazing.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
They
yeah.
infused smoke into this and did a whole thing, whatever. But I'm also not out looking for that.
Right, you don't need it.
Yeah.
I get you. I would rather be full after a meal than
Right.
satisfied.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense. Full than impressed. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't need. What do you think? You're better than me? This is pretty interesting. There is a beer exchange bar in China where the prices fluctuate according to demand in real time.
Okay.
Kind of like the stock market. So they call it a beer exchange. It's supposed to be a thrill with prices moving up and down on a giant display. So you can be like, I got beer at 183.
So what determines the
How
the
many?
price,
How busy
who's
it is?
ordering it?
Who's
Okay,
ordering?
all right,
How many
gotcha.
they're ordering? That type
so
of
we
stuff.
can swerve the market?
Sure, yeah. If somebody comes in and says, "Give me 10 pitchers," whatever, and then the beer goes up,
and then we buy the low.
Right,
we buy
yeah.
the low one. Yeah.
Wait until it's there's not as many people in here, and I'm getting it for 53 cents a.
I like a good gimmick.
Yeah,
I like a good gimmick.
not a bad idea. John Senning, get ready to celebrate. Today is National Flip Flop Day.
Why was there a rumor John Senning was fired yesterday?
I don't know
I saw that online.
who started that rumor.
Some listener, it wasn't real, but I didn't know what he did in order to make him think that he could be fired.
Oh, I know what
you
it
know,
is.
You know,
Yeah.
Carmen, what was
Yeah.
it?
It was the video.
Of JoJo's butt?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because I guess they were told, like, do not post that.
And they posted it anyway?
Yeah.
Those scoundrels.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. Again, it could
Well-
be something different.
I heard Jason Meter on the air
You did?
telling John not to post the photo
Oh,
because
man.
JoJo was like office staff and part of management,
And then he posted it anyway.
it was
Part
a
of
bad look.
management?
That's what I think.
JoJo's manager, congratulations. I didn't know that.
She's running things.
By the way,
Yeah.
that
Office
manager is
manager.
coming tonight. To,
Yes.
Oh,
Whiskey
to
Willie's.
Whiskey Willie's.
are we gonna get the fulls from her?
I don't know. I don't know if we are. But she will be there tonight, hanging out with us.
You know what I'm gonna do? Take a video of her butt.
Oh,
Hey,
Don't
like
post
that?
it.
don't post it.
Hey, I'm on my own time.
That's true.
You could get fired.
You could get fired.
I'm going to take a video and then have that other guy take her clothes off like they did with Carmen's pictures.
Oh,
Wait.
Yeah, now we're talking.
No, don't do
What is
that.
What is that app, by the way?
I don't know. I don't know. I was afraid to ask. I feel like I'm going to use it too much.
It's called
Yeah.
TikTok. By the way, there's Nick Rhodes. Or Nash Rhodes, I mean. That's him.
Nick Rhodes is in Duran Duran.
Yeah. Too many roads.
Nick Rhodes had me feeling a little bit weird when I was
Right.
a teenager because he
Yeah.
looked so much like a girl.
Sure.
He looks just like Russell.
But there's no relation. I don't know what's going on. The Stanley Cup is a little banged up thanks to the Florida Panthers celebration of their back-to-back titles. Doesn't this always happen?
Yeah.
The bowl of the famous trophy is cracked and his bottom is dented. Not the first time and likely not the last.
No, but that also is what gives the cup character and
Sure.
why there's more than one cup. And, Pete used to say all these years when Pete used to do sports radio that he wanted to write a book about all the stories about how
That'd be
that
great,
would have
yeah.
been great. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
because
now I
I
think it's
saw
too many.
I saw the Panthers were out until like 6 a.m, out partying and stuff and dumping beer out to people and like people went home, cleaned up, came back,
Oh, yeah.
partying,
And then the players get to take it for a day or two and they jump in the pool with it and they do
Yeah.
whatever they want. So, yeah, you get one to play with and one to display.
I saw one of the players, it was like late night after the game was done and like everybody cleared out and then the employees, all the Panthers like employees were up there and he would brought it back out onto the ice for them
I saw
and
that,
was
yeah.
lifting it and they were going and cheering and stuff.
To me, still nothing's better than Killorn and Stamkos riding around with the cup on the back of a jet ski.
So great.
Like you can't top that.
Yeah, that's hard to beat for sure. I mean, that's such an iconic, video and picture of that.
It's like Stanley Cup on the jet ski, and then Tom Brady throwing the trophy from boat to boat.
All Tampa, baby.
Yeah,
we know how to party.
Nobody's gonna beat that.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of sports, the Pacers beat the Thunder last night to tie the NBA Finals at 3 games apiece. Going to Game 7.
We didn't expect that.
Nobody expected
Ass
that.
beating, too.
And whooping. Yeah, it was crazy. Indiana Pacers dominated Game 6 of the 2025 NBA Finals, leading by as many as 31 points en route to a 108-91 win over the Oklahoma City Thunder. The NBA Finals are now tied 3-3. This is the first time that the finals have gone to a Game 7 since 2016.
Wow.
Yeah, when the Cavs beat the Warriors. Game 7 happens on Sunday at 8 p.m. in Oklahoma City.
All right. Well,
Love a Game 7.
yeah, I mean,
7's
it's
great.
what you want when you have playoffs. You want the 2 best teams fighting it out to the end. We didn't expect this to happen. So.
Yeah, but Thunder, you screwed me because I had Thunder in 6, and now we're going to Game 7. But that's all right. It'll be okay. The 2025
Something tells me you'll find a way to win your money back.
The 2025 NBA Draft is happening on Wednesday, June 25th. So this Wednesday coming up at 8 p.m. Number 1 overall pick, Cooper Flagg, going to the Mavs.
What happened to that guy that they picked this year that was supposed to be like the next Shaq? The guy that was it Zion? The guy that was so big and he was supposed to be dominant and then didn't do nothing.
Zion for the Pelicans. I think Zion Williams.
Maybe. I don't
plays
know.
for
There are a
the
lot of
Pelicans.
Zions.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, surprisingly there are. He's okay. But, it's funny because these guys come out of college and they do okay. And then 3 years later, they become dominant.
Well, I think this was just because of his mere size that they were. Did you take a shot of something? What'd you just take?
Nuts.
Joe eats in such small capacity. He eats like a little baby bird over there. It looked like you were taking a shot of something.
Nope.
Oh, I thought you were
I mean,
taking.
I can. If
No. Hey, feel free to drink, Joe. We haven't had a
Friday.
good drinking Joe on this show in a long time.
I know I can't, Michael. I got to drive.
Okay, I understand.
Keep it going all the way to Whiskey Willie's.
No, once I get there.
Yeah.
Speaking of basketball, the Los Angeles Lakers sold for $10 billion on Wednesday, making them the most expensive sports team. If you're wondering who had the previous record, here is the top 10 most expensive sales in U.S. history for teams.
Dallas Cowboys.
This is all, this is, the top
Right.
sports teams. Dallas Cowboys, not in the top 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they probably haven't been sold in a long time.
Jerry Jones
yeah.
has owned them for so long.
Yeah.
This is just in the United States.
The ones that have been sold, yeah. So these are they're all basketball and football.
Well, Mark
and baseball.
Cuban sold his share of the Mavericks, so I'm
Right.
going to say that.
Number 6, Dallas Mavericks, $3.5 billion.
God, can you imagine that? All right, what else?
Any other guesses?
The Washington football team.
Washington Commanders, $6.05 billion, coming in at number 3.
Manchester United.
No, these are all
just American?
Yeah, just American
Okay.
teams. There is one that was just sold recently that comes in at number 2.
I don't know.
Boston Celtics.
Oh, yeah.
$6.1 billion, so just ahead of Washington Commanders.
But
Coming in
just below the LA Lakers.
at, not just
Yeah.
$4 billion below. Carolina Panthers come in at $2.275 billion. Brooklyn Nets $2.35 billion. New York Mets $2.4. Charlotte Hornets $3 billion. Dallas Mavericks $3.5 billion. Phoenix Suns $4 billion. Denver Broncos $4.65 billion. Then you got the Commanders just over 6. Boston Celtics $6.1 billion, and Los Angeles Lakers way up there with $10 billion.
In my deal to acquire the Tampa Bay Rays with my team out of Jacksonville, we will not be in the top 10.
No.
It was before way below that.
Oh,
yeah, but then when we sell the team
Right.
in the next 20 years, that will be in the
That's
billion.
where you make the
That'll
money,
be in the high billions, yeah.
I read that Sternberg, when he bought the Rays, he paid $200 million, and he's going to sell for almost $2 billion.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. And you think about in that short of time, now think about from 2025 to 2050.
Oh, yeah. Well, the
Like how
Glazers
much-
the same way when they bought the Bucks compared to now.
Sure, but also think of all the money Stu Sternberg has spent.
Oh, yeah.
Between
that's
the bu- yeah, I mean,
20 years.
yeah.
It's a lot. But still, like, I'm like, $200 million doesn't sound like a lot.
Still,
No.
one of the biggest things is UFC bought for what, 2 million and sold
yeah.
for 4 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 million to 4 billion. Speaking of UFC, John Jones, the reigning UFC heavyweight champion, we were talking about yesterday, has the entire combat sports world waiting with bated breath to find out if he's actually going to compete again with highly anticipated showdown against Tom Aspinall, still lingering in the air. Most recently, UFC CEO Dana White said he expected to have a definitive answer on Jones versus Aspinall in the next couple of weeks. And if the fight isn't finalized, the promotion plans to move forward on a different matchup right away. While his latest interview was conducted prior to those comments, Jones sounded very uninterested in booking a fight right now against anybody, saying, quote, "I don't want to say I'm retired because fighting is in my blood. Right now, I could really care less about fighting. I've been doing it my whole life at a very high level, and when the itch comes back, and if it comes back, then I'll do it with my whole heart, do it to the best of my abilities."
Then he should be stripped of his
Well, and that's
championship,
what they'll
and
do.
that's how it should be. He can't just hold the title hostage.
Yeah, which sucks for Tom Aspinall because he wants to, beat the champ and
Sure.
become the champ.
And he's ready to do it.
Right. He's 100 ready to do it, and he's been saying, "You're ducking me," but John Jones is saying, "I don't know whether I really even want to fight."
Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't want to fight either if I thought there was a chance I was going to get my ass kicked.
Right.
Although John Jones has a very good chance of winning.
Sure.
It's not like he's going to go in there and get beat. But you can't just lay low when you have the title. You either vacate the title and let somebody else fight for it.
Yeah, you
or
gotta
retire.
Yeah, you got to respect it and say, "Hey, listen, if I'm not going to fight, here it is. Here's the title back. Somebody else take it and do
Right.
do what you're going to do."
I
with
think
it.
what he's saying is he's definitely retired.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's saying he's retired. Galvin, two things. One, we never talked about the anniversary of what's his name? What's the
Gallagher?
guy? No, yeah, Gallagher.
Oh yeah.
I just looked up at the date, and then all of a sudden I looked at the thing.
Oh, did we miss it?
We missed it.
Damn it.
But also, how long has that thing been up there that you gave me, that the cassette tape?
Couple years.
Yeah. Look at the top line. It's spelled wrong. It says the Mike Calta Show.
There's an L there. Yeah, I think you're looking at it.
Is
with
it
bad-
really?
Yeah, with bad eyes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gio, you see it too?
Oh, Jesus, you two.
There's an L there.
There is?
Clearly, yeah.
I can't see it at all.
Well, also you got
I'm in a bad eye.
bad eyes and the angle that you're at. But yeah, it says Calta.
Oh. Good job, Galvin.
I'm the one that did that,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I had a proofread.
I know. Oh, I
You thought it'd been there for like 5 years,
And
we
nobody noticed, yeah.
Nobody noticed.
still can't see it.
Yeah, it's there.
It's there. I'll take a picture.
I believe you.
I'll take a picture and show it to you. Cleveland Browns rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders' speeding citation for driving 101 miles per hour this week wasn't the first time he was cited for speeding in Ohio this month. According to the Ohio Municipal Court record that was filed on June 6th, Sanders was pulled over by the Ohio State Patrol earlier this month. In that alleged violation, which took place on June 5th, Sanders was stopped for driving 91 in a 65. So he's got 91.
What's he driving is
and
what I want to
101.
know.
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure it's something pretty nice. Probably not a Corolla or anything like that.
No. If he's driving a Lamborghini or something along those lines, then I understand why he would go.
Sure,
so
it's
fast.
easy. It's easy
Yeah.
in a nice car to
Yeah.
go 101 or go 91 or anything like that. But, obviously you got to be careful and make sure you're not going over the speed limit.
I will tell you, there's a big difference between my car and my wife's car. I have a truck. I have a Stingray Chevrolet Chevy Silverado, and it is smooth. It's a strong, powerful truck, and it'll go fast pretty quick. But then I drive my wife's car, who just drives a small BMW, and I'm doing 83 miles an hour before you even get out of the driveway.
Oh, yeah.
It's unbelievable how smooth that car is and how fast it is.
Yeah.
So I kind of understand. 100 is a little bit different, especially in a residential area. And if you've been busted, nothing's worse than if you get a ticket and then you have to drive extra slow the next couple of months because you just got a ticket.
Yeah. I got to tell you, my car drives really nice. And now with new tires on it, it's even nicer.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Yeah.
I can go. We all remember the Balloon Boy hoax, right?
It was one of the craziest things in my life. I thought for sure that aliens were here. I turned the TV on. We had just boarded a cruise for Calta Cruise. Ralphie May it was me and my wife and Ralphie May in my room and Pete. and I turned the TV on, and all the channels were following this balloon, this mylar balloon that was flying over the desert. And I thought, nobody was saying what it was. They were just following it. I thought, we have made contact with aliens. Then I realized that there was a story about a possible kid being in there and the whole thing, and it turned out it was a big hoax.
Yeah. So Netflix is making a documentary about it.
A documentary or a movie, either one would have been pretty good.
It's a documentary.
Yeah.
Netflix Trainwreck Balloon Boy will be released on July 15th. It revisits the infamous 2009 Balloon Boy. Can you believe that has been
some time, man.
16 years?
Yep. 2009.
Balloon Boy incident where the family claimed their son was inside the runaway helium balloon. The documentary features interviews with the Heen family, who we had on the show.
Heaney,
that's
Heaney,
right.
yeah.
And explores the events surrounding the hoax.
Falcon Heaney was the kid's name.
Yeah.
And he was supposedly trapped in the balloon, and the whole world paid attention to it. And then it turned out his father was just a shyster, a P.T. Barnum type who wanted the attention. And then we had him in the studio, and he was trying to market a new item that he had. It was a piece of wood that had some like sandpaper type stuff on it, and you would scratch your back on it. And it hung in our studio for probably 10 years.
Like a bear. And it did work. It was pretty good.
Yeah. We scratched our backs on it.
Did like it. A judge denied R. Kelly's request to be released from prison due to a supposed murder plot against him.
Yeah, he overdosed, right?
Yeah.
They tried to overdose him.
Wow.
They gave him the drugs.
How about this? So you got all the stuff going on with Diddy right now. You got R. Kelly. Now Fat Joe.
Oh no.
Fat Joe sued for $20 million by former hype man in explosive complaint alleges the rapper engaged in sex acts with minors and coerced him into more than 4,000 sexual acts to maintain his standing. The lawsuit comes after a rapper sued T.A. Dixon in April for slandering him on social media by claiming Fat Joe flew a 16-year-old girl across state lines for sex.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But and so why is this guy suing?
All these rappers. So this guy's suing him, I guess, because he's going against him. I don't know exactly
What did he do? What is his involvement?
He was the hype man.
Yeah, no, I know, but why is he?
Because he alleges that Fat Joe engaged with minors, whatever, but coerced him into more than 4,000 sexual acts to maintain his standing as his
he
hype
forced him to have the sex?
Yeah, you want to be my hype man.
Oh.
You got to do this and do that.
I wonder if Spanish
do
is
it with
ever
the
gonna
wiffle ball bat.
I wonder if Spanish is ever going to sue me.
I don't know.
Maybe forcing him into doing things. I'm just kidding. I didn't do anything.
Finally, in news, it's the 50th anniversary of Jaws.
I saw that.
Joe, big Jaws fan, says he's going to go see it in the theaters.
I am. Christy is also a big Jaws fan. So
Yeah.
I don't know if I could sit through it in the theater.
Oh, come on, Michael. It's one of the greatest movies ever made.
I know, but I've also seen it 1,000 times. I don't know that if I could sit in the theater, I know what's going to happen. It's not in HD, Carmen.
I can't let
Yeah,
you.
I've never.
It plays at the Tampa Theater a lot, and I
Yeah.
always thought it'd be kind of cool to go watch it there.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel the same way. I would like to go see The Godfather eventually in a theater.
Yeah.
But I don't have the urge to see Jaws.
In 1975, Jaws kicked off the summer blockbuster phenomenon by earning $260 million back in 1975 to kind of go with the 50th anniversary. Joe, let's test your knowledge of Jaws trivia.
Okay.
Actually,
I can beat you.
Test
Okay.
all you guys'
All right.
knowledge of it. So some of the different things they have. What was the nickname given to the shark?
Bruce.
Wow. Right in your face, he said it.
Yep.
Spielberg named the mechanical shark Bruce after his attorney, Bruce Raymer.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where did the title come from?
The lower end of the mouth.
No.
No.
I don't know.
Well, I can tell you, do you know any of the alternate names that they had for Jaws?
No.
Does anybody know any of
No.
that?
Sharky McSharkface.
Yes. When author Peter Benchley, in 1974, his book was going to print, he needed to choose a title. He was juggling a few different ones. Leviathan Rising, Silent Fall, before finally choosing Jaws.
I like Jaws.
Yeah, he said he wanted something short, simple, whatever, easy. Jaws. Yeah. Let's see some of the other stuff that they say. The inspiration for Amity Though Spielberg shot Jaws on Martha's Vineyard off of Cape Cod, it was the neighboring island, Nantucket, that inspired Benchley's novel. He had spent some time fishing there with his father. In the book, the fictional Amity is on the south shore of Long Island.
Okay, all right.
So he got that from something else. Let's see. There was somebody actually different attached. Dick Richards was initially in line to direct the film, but then they wound up choosing Spielberg. Spielberg was how old when he directed Jaws?
24.
When he began directing? 24.
26.
26.
27.
27. Carmen, any idea?
No. I'll go 32.
You're wrong. Joe got it again. Spielberg was 26 years
Jaws
old.
guy.
That's right.
Who was sought but turned down the role of Brody. Famous actor.
Robert
very famous
Redford.
actor. Not Robert Redford.
James Caan.
No.
I've heard this before.
He was going to be the police chief, Brody.
Dustin Hoffman.
Roy Scheider wound up playing him. No.
Robert De Niro.
No.
I don't know.
John Voight.
People.
Charlton Heston.
His people. Yeah, Charlton Heston was going to be it. What was the name of Quint's boat?
Ooh, I do know this.
The Orca.
The Orca.
The
Yeah.
Orca.
I did know that. I knew that.
You got it first. You got it first. Let's see. Not coincidentally, 2 years after the massive success of Jaws, a 1977 ripoff about a killer whale was released, titled
Orca.
Orca.
Yep.
Yeah. So there's some of the different stuff. Let's see. How long into Jaws does the shark fully appear on screen?
Oh, an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Hour and a half.
I would say third reel. So, yeah, hour and 15 minutes.
Hour and 20 minutes.
Gio's closest. Not until an hour, 21 minutes into the movie did we actually see the shark.
But I remember that was not the intention when they first started out, but the shark was so bad.
It looked so
like
fake.
they didn't have,
yeah.
they weren't going to go with them not seeing it, but that's basically what made it so successful.
That's what turned it into a Hitchcock movie.
Which almost by accident.
Suspense.
The scene of when the shark is eating Quint on the ship is so iconic, but so awful.
Yeah.
It's such a robot shark, and the shark is out of the water just chomping away.
The mouth is opening and closing really slow.
Yeah,
it's not
awful.
That's how the movie was going to be throughout.
Right.
That's why
Right.
they decided not to do it.
Yeah.
Joe, let's see how good you are with this. What was the disaster was Quint the survivor of?
Ooh.
The Indianapolis.
That's right. USS Indianapolis, the U.S.
I'll
Navy
never
cruiser.
put on a life jacket again.
You got
What's that, Quint?
I'll never put on a life jacket again. 1,100 men into the water.
Torpedoed by a Japanese submarine during World War II.
And then the sharks were eating the guys where they were floating in the water.
Bobbed up and down like a kind of a top.
The only other super Jaws fan I know, TM Powell.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a huge Jaws guy.
All right.
What was the rating of Jaws when it came out?
R.
PG.
PG. It was controversial. There was no PG-13 rating at the time, so they gave it a PG. Interesting. The movie poster carried the warning, may be too intense for younger children because people are getting eaten by sharks.
Never went in the water again.
Yeah, well, there you go. 50th anniversary of Jaws. It's going to be coming out in theaters. You can check it out, and if you want to know more, you can just email Joe.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let you go down there and cut that thing open, Martin, and watch little Kittner boy spill out all over the dock.
When they do that, that's pretty cool. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, Nick Swardson, you know him from several movies, a lot of Adam Sandler stuff. He's going to be in town on Saturday
Happy
night.
Gilmore too.
Yeah, well, supposedly. He's not in Happy Gilmore 1, though.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Benchwarmers?
Yeah, he's been in a lot of movies.
I think he wrote Benchwarmers.
Oh, really?
I think so, yeah.
Well, he'll be in the studio with us for the first time next on 102.5 The Bone. Our next guest, you son of a bitch, has been ducking us for
years.
20 years, Nick. 20 years
That's
we've been
not
trying to
true.
get you on this show. You lie right to my face.
Yep.
No, seriously. It's been very difficult to get you on the show. I'm glad that you're here.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. I was trying to think what happened the last time.
You look, I'll be honest with you, and this is I'm joking around, but I mean, I have asked every time you come to town, I go, hey, Swardson? They go, I don't know, we'll ask. And then it never happens. But I would imagine, and I understand it from a comics point of view, you sell very well. And I wouldn't get up early in the morning to do radio if I didn't have to either. So I get it. I'm just glad you made it.
I don't think
today.
it's that. I mean, I don't mind doing radio at
Right.
all.
Who
Not
do you
at
like?
all.
Who do you like? You like? Are there any shows that stick out in your head in the country? I like to talk about other
Tom
radio shows.
Bernard.
Who is Tom Bernard? I
Chad,
don't know.
that'd be great if you didn't talk.
That's the other thing.
Christ.
I'm surprised this is the vehicle that got you here.
I'm surprised too we didn't get a DUI. Good God.
How do you know?
I got picked up by Dudley Moore. Good God. Yeah, we made it safely. We'll see how this plays out. I still have to get home. But I mean, I would say so. I'm from Minneapolis. I'm from St. Paul, Minnesota. St. Paul, Minneapolis. But so I grew up with Tom Bernard.
Okay.
And the KQ Morning Show. So that was a big one for me. And he was one of the first people, way pre-COVID, that had his own in-home studio in West Palm Beach.
Okay.
Like 20 years ago. So this reminds me of that when I was driving up here. I was like, oh, this reminds me.
How is the quality of this compared to it? Is it okay?
This is better. This is
is it better? Really?
Well, I mean, Tom's was great, but this is like, this is like,
Oh, good.
This is a little meatier.
I always
This
wonder.
has more meat on it, Mike.
I always wonder as people are walking up my driveway, I'm like, oh, this is the worst. They're going to just be miserable. And then they come in and they're in the garage and then you come in here and you're like, okay, this isn't so bad.
Yeah, no, it's great, man.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
awesome.
it's a pleasure to have you here.
Yeah. I apologize for any mishaps. But,
no.
Who
We're
knows
all-
if it was traveling or
No, we're
whatever
all
the
good.
hell.
I just listen. I was mad at what's her name, the female comedian.
Jen.
No. The fame Whitney Cummings. I was
Whitney
mad at
Cummings,
Whitney
yeah.
Cummings for 20 years because I heard her on Howard Stern one time and she was like, "I hate morning radio. You're the only morning radio show I do because when you go there," and I was like, "Her, I'm like, I don't care." And then every time they offer her on the show, I'm like, "No, tell her to go on Howard Stern show to sell tickets." Then finally, Tom Segura is like, "Quit being a baby. She's really cool." And I go, "All right." And I put her on the show. And I apologized to her, and she goes, "Yeah, that was one of two things: me just trying to appease Howard, or me coming off of a crappy morning." I go, "No, I get it now. I would be miserable doing morning radio too. Most morning radio is absolutely awful."
It can be.
Yes.
It can be pretty brutal. I mean, I always have fun, but I remember starting out, it was brutal because I remember one time one of my first headline gigs, and it was in Wisconsin. So that's a big rival with Minnesota.
Yeah.
And so they already hated me. And then I do this. I get up 6 a.m. and I'm all fired up, and I'm like, "Hey, do the segment." And they're like, "Yeah, okay, all right, whatever." And then I finished the segment. I'm like, "I think that went well." And then I was still live. I could still hear them.
Right.
And they go, "Well, that was horrible."
Oh,
They were like, "Swardson sucks." And I was like, "Well, I was like 22 years old." So I was like, kind of bummed. It also helps. Like, I quit drinking. It'll be a year in August.
Oh,
yeah.
Did you?
So-
Was it bad, or are you just like, "Hey, I probably"?
I was
quit
just. I
this?
feel like I won.
Yeah.
Like I won vodka.
Yeah.
Like if there was if they could hang my jersey in the rafters. I don't know. I know I'm in Kreischer country. Bert is
Yeah.
a very good old friend of mine. So
he
he's
speaks
still-
highly of you.
Oh, Bert's very sweet, man.
Yes, for years.
Yeah, I mean, I knew him when he first started. So I knew him before he started.
Right.
When he would hang out at the clubs in New York.
Yeah.
And he, it's funny. I laugh with Segura about it because he was just hanging out and he's like, "Hey, everybody, how's it going?" He's like, "Yeah, I was in Rolling Stone. I'm a party animal. And we're like, "All right, great, good for you."
Is that where you got started in New York or LA?
I started in Minnesota, and then the best advice I ever got was I got a lot of heat right away. I got the Aspen Comedy Festival,
Right.
as like a new face, and everybody told me to move to New York first. They're
Yeah.
like, "Do not move to LA." They're like, "LA is the final stop. When you have a great hour of material, then you're ready for LA." But they're like, I was so young that they were like, "Cut your teeth in New York," and that changed everything.
Yeah.
Thank Christ.
And you did that? You went there
I
and lived
did
in
cut
New
my
York?
teeth for like
Where did you
a
live?
couple years. Lower East Side.
Yeah.
By Katz's Deli.
That's the worst part. I grew up in New York. I love New York.
Okay.
But then I think about having to be poor in New York, and I don't like that at all. Like, I had never lived in a nice apartment there. I never had good stuff there. It's the
yeah.
worst. You have to be, if they say if you can make it there, yeah, because it's the worst place to be if you're poor.
Well, yeah. Well, it depends also on your age. So I moved there when I was 20.
That's true.
and
Yeah,
I was
you
in the
can-
Lower East Side. This is like 1999.
Yeah.
So like I shared an apartment right down from Katz's Deli, like 4 doors.
Right.
And it was me and Zach Galifianakis.
Oh.
And we had a 2-bedroom apartment that was $500 a month.
Oh,
Wow.
see, that's crazy.
It was pretty.
Yeah.
It was pretty rad. So
Yeah.
like, yeah. So we just handed
Did
down.
you
this
know
apartment.
Zach before you lived with him, or did you,
No,
did you just put together?
We just were kind of like met through people, and then they kept passing this apartment along to people.
Oh,
so
I gotcha.
It was like a comic hand-me-down.
Okay. And are you guys tight, or did you
Yeah,
not?
we're still very, very close. Yeah.
Was he
great.
always like I remember Bert used to tell me, "This is Zach Galifianakis, dude." And at the time nobody knew who he was. And I'd be like, he goes, they'll pay him like $200 to do a gig, and he'll spend like $800 to like hire a choir and do all this stuff. Like, he's
totally
insane. Yeah.
But I knew him before any of that, before like all the stage stuff. So like I remember, I always tell people like he used to bomb so bad. I mean, there's guys back in the day like Mitch Hedberg I knew from Minnesota.
Yeah.
And they would, I mean, years and years of tank jobs.
Right.
And I mean tank. There was one set Zach did. He's like, hey, I'm going to go up at Stand Up New York. I'm like, okay. So we take a cab and he goes on stage and he's bombing horribly to silence. This is, 99, 2000. Yeah. And he takes his cell phone out in the middle of a set and he calls me. I'm in the back of the room. My phone buzzes and I answer and I go, hey. And he goes, hey, man, what are you doing? I go, I'm in the back of the room. And he goes, this crowd, can I swear?
You're in the no.
Okay.
Half swear.
He goes, this crowd flipping sucks. And I go, yeah, they're not good. He goes, yeah, this is a nightmare. This is all on stage.
Right, and you're in the back of the room.
Yeah, and he goes, do you want to get something to eat? And I go, yeah, what are you thinking? He goes, let's go down to that deli on 2nd Avenue. He's like, can you call a cab now? 'Cause he goes, this audience is horrible. I'm going to get out of here. And I'm like, okay, cool. So he hangs up the phone. He turns to the crowd. He goes, that was an emergency. Sorry. You guys are horrible. I'm going to go eat. And he just walked up.
And they don't get any of that?
No,
they just stare
like,
at
what's
him.
going on?
Oh, my God.
And I always wonder, because I've had crazy bad sets too, so I always wonder if people back in those days ever remember and be like, oh my God,
I saw him. Yeah.
Like, I wonder if anybody, goes like, oh my God, when they see The Hangover.
Yeah. That's the dude.
The dude.
Or do they totally glaze it over where they're like, I saw him way back before he was famous. He was hilarious back then.
Oh,
meanwhile,
yeah.
Meanwhile,
totally. Then there's that angle.
Yeah, no,
like,
I got it.
I saw it. I saw it right away, man. Legend, total legend.
Now, how do you hook up with the Sandler guys and the Will Ferrell guys? Like, when do you first get on? Whose radar are you on first?
I met Sandler on J-Date.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know that.
It took me a second for that.
I know. I was waiting.
Okay. No. Yeah. Like
Sandler. It was so weird. It was like pure serendipity. So my first Comedy Central special came out, I think, in like 2000.
Okay.
And it ran for a while when Comedy Central was big. And so Sandler was just at home with his wife, and they were just channel surfing, landed on Comedy Central, and my special was on. And this is probably around 2003, I think. And he was like, oh, who's this kid? And he wrote my name down. And I used to have jokes about my grandma.
Right.
And so he was like, oh, it's really funny. So he called his manager, and I was with the management company. And he goes, who's this kid? And so they met with me, and he was like, I want to meet him. So they called me up, and they're like, hey, Adam Sandler wants to meet you. And I'm like,
how far are you? Like, I mean, you have a good Comedy Central special, but are you at a point now where you're like, holy crap, Adam Sandler wants to meet me?
Oh, yeah. I was stoked. I mean, I was on Reno 911.
Right.
I'd written Malibu's Most Wanted. I was on Comedy Central. So I had like some legs in the game.
Yeah.
But Sandler was an idol. I mean, times 1,000. So I was super stoked. And then he had a movie called Grandma's Boy.
Yeah.
And so he was like, hey, I saw your grandma jokes. I heard you're a writer. Can you help with the script? He's like, it's a PG-13 romantic comedy and we hate it. So can you he goes, make it rated R, make it crazy, write yourself in the movie, do whatever you want. And I was like, okay.
Wow.
And then that was it. After I did that, they were like, whoa. And then we did Benchwarmers together. And then he's like, I want you to, he actually goes, have you been on SNL? And I go, no. And he goes, oh, you should do it. You would kill, And I'm like, yeah, sure. And he goes, I'll call Lauren. He goes, I'll get Spade and everybody call Lauren. So I'm like, okay, cool. And then the next day he called me. He goes, yeah, you don't want to do that. Don't do it. And I go, what do you mean? He goes, do you want to just make movies with me? And I'm like, oh, okay. So then I started producing and writing with Adam. And then
wow, I got to tell you, that's a great way to get in. I mean,
it was great, man. I mean, he's just like a normal dude, you know what I mean? Like I'm just a dude, you know what I mean? I'm not any different than.
I gotta tell you, from your pretend time that was on Comedy Central,
I love pretend time.
You would have been great on SNL. One of the funniest things I think I've ever seen in my life was Nick did a skit where he was Lady Gaga's brother,
Right.
Gary Gaga, who was just a police officer in Chicago or something. Or whatever.
Yeah, totally.
And he was a police officer, but he'd wear crazy outfits and have crazy makeup, and he'd have like a hat with like a little donut on it and stuff. And he goes, "I'm a Gaga."
Yeah, I would be a hybrid of a cop and like Lady Gaga kind of dressed
Right,
up. He'd be
right.
like, "Yeah, I'm a Gaga. what are you gonna do? She does the thing, I do mine."
Did you ever try out for Saturday Night Live?
No, I didn't. When I first came up, somebody had sent them a tape of me, and they said I was too young. And then after that, like a couple years later, then Jimmy Fallon got it, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, young people are cool." And then the whole Sandler thing happened, and then it was the ship had sailed. But Pretend Time, I love that show.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, and we did 2 seasons. It's so hard to find. I was in the weird gray area where they stopped doing DVDs, so you can't find that. There's no DVD of it.
There's clips on YouTube.
There's clips on
yeah.
YouTube. I have a YouTube channel, Sword Nation, and I'm trying to upload as much as I can. So
now you own all that stuff?
no,
Upload it all.
I don't own anything.
Yeah.
I
Now-
borrowed these clothes from Santa.
Now, you are in Happy Gilmore too?
Yeah,
Now
that was like one of the highlights of my entire life.
Now, have you seen the whole movie yet?
Dude, this is real. I'm not lying to you. I've worked with Sandler closely for 20 years.
Right.
Literally one of my best friends on planet Earth. I haven't read the script. I don't know anything about it. I haven't seen a cut of it. I had no involvement except he was like, "Hey man, I have a part for you. Just show up, on these days."
Right.
They sent me my sides or whatever, which was basically, I can't really say anything about that.
Right.
But I know nothing. It was so secretive to the point where when I showed up in the makeup trailer and they had like who the cast was for that day, they didn't even have Sandler as Happy Gilmore. They had like an alias. So like you didn't know
what was going on.
It was wild.
That's
man.
pretty good. I think that you worry about the long-awaited sequel. Not all of these have panned out, but there's something about the magic that he brings to a movie, and that seeing all that cast together again, I think will be great.
Yeah, totally. And the thing about it is that working with him, he was offered it like so many times.
Sure.
Oh, I'm sure,
and he
yeah.
was like, no. And then finally he called me and he was like, "I think I'm gonna do it."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Really?" And he goes, "Yeah, I was kicking around ideas with Tim Herlihy, who wrote the original with Sandler." And he goes, "We had an idea and then we just ran with it." And he's like, "I think I'm gonna do it."
Oh, good.
So
I'm glad.
like he wouldn't do it unless, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, it's
unless
not like
he-
he needs the money. It's
Yeah.
not like he's like desperate to get. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he can quit driving Uber.
Have you gotten any of those Sandler gifts that we hear about all the time?
No.
No. What is that
No.
all about? Come on now.
Dude, I was in Grown Ups too. And
Yeah.
I was so bummed. And yeah, they had all gotten cars.
Yeah. That's
And yeah, I didn't get anything. But he did put me in Happy Gilmore too. So I'll
that's
take
pretty
that.
good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because, I work with him and all these guys. And those were like when I first started stand-up, I didn't really like stand-up. I thought it was corny.
Right.
Like, because I was coming up in the mid-90s and,
What would you rather do? Sketch stuff?
Well, I was like, I did improv. Like, I
Okay,
was
oh,
an
yeah,
improv dude. So my improv company folded when I was in high school. So I was like, all right, after I graduated, I'm like, I'll try stand-up. And, for people that don't know, coming out of the 80s, stand-up was kind of dying out.
Right.
Because it was so oversaturated. It was everywhere. And it was kind of like, it was really shticky about like, hey, my wife, and like piano ties, and it was really corny. So I just thought it was corny. And so my big creative influence was SNL. And it was those years of Farley, Sandler, Spade. I mean, those, Chris, Phil Hartman,
Yeah.
Kevin Nealon, Chris Rock. I mean, it was like crazy. Mike Myers.
That to me was great too. I mean, I grew up like in Saturday Night Live. I'm probably older than you are, and I enjoyed it when in the earlier years as well, the Billy Crystal years and those sort of things.
Yeah.
But I remembered Sandler from Remote Control. And
Oh
I was
my
in college
God.
on Remote Control, so I was like, that's these guys from Remote Control.
Stud
And,
Boy.
yeah,
That's
Stud Boy
so
and all that. Yeah.
funny.
And because I knew, like, you watched Remote Control and you knew Dennis Leary and you knew Colin Quinn and you knew Adam Sandler were more than that stupid show. You knew that they were going to do something. And Quinn still says Ken Ober is like one of the funniest guys he's ever met. And not anymore. I mean, he's dead. But that guy possessed no talent to me. I saw nothing in him that I thought he's the star of the show. It was those other guys I thought that were great.
Right, totally. I knew Ken a little bit, but he was always just kind of even keeled.
Right.
He never like popped out at me as like
No, never.
hilarious guy. But
But
I didn't know. No.
Colin talks about him like he was a superstar.
Colin's
That's so
hilarious.
weird. Colin's the best.
He's so funny. What part of New York are you from?
I grew up in Staten Island.
Okay.
And one of the funniest things is Colin had a show on MTV after Remote Control. It was the Colin Quinn like late night talk show.
Yeah.
And it was just a
okay.
black background. It was just him. And he was on like 3 times. And on the 3rd time, he had this guy just sitting there with him. And I'm like, I know that dude. He's from Staten Island, and his mother worked with my mother at the travel agency. I know that guy. His name is Jimmy Berg. He was like a bit actor. He'd been trying to break into acting. He was in soap operas and stuff. And years later, I asked Quinn, and he goes, "Oh yeah." He goes, "I knew it was our last show." And he goes, "I just knew Jimmy was always rollerblading through the park." And I was like, "Hey, you should come do the show with me one day." And that was it.
Oh, that's
He's
great.
just nuts, man. He's a good guy.
Colin's awesome. Dude.
Nick Swardson is here with us. He's going to be at the Tampa Theater tomorrow night. Now you have this whole. Have you been on tour with this, or are you just bringing this as?
Dude, I'm so excited because this is my final show of the tour.
Toilet Head.
Toilet Head. This tour, it's another name that's so absurd.
Yeah.
I love my first hour special on Comedy Central was called Seriously Who Farted? And I remember meeting with the network and they were like, well, what are you going to call the special? And I'm like, Seriously Who Farted? And they were like, oh, that's funny. But what are you going to call it actually?
Yeah.
And I just committed to, I'm like, I don't care. It's just silly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been doing this. So I worked it out years ago at Side Splitters, like 2 years ago, and then, or whatever it was. And so this is like the end. And I love Tampa. And I'm not just saying that. I love Florida. I lived in Key West for a year and a half, and I love Tampa. I looked at places, actually last year. I had a place on hold.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. So this is like,
I heard you were living down in Key West.
yeah,
I
I was there for a year and a half.
Did you love it down there? Or did
I
you not
loved
like?
it. I went for 10 days and I stayed a year and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had that comedy club down there. That's not bad.
They do.
Yeah.
They've got this club, man. It's like the Key West Comedy Club.
Yeah, I went there with
It's
Bobby
great.
Kelly, and I was like, all right, I'll go check it out, and ended up being fine. It was great.
Yeah, no, it's cool, man. It's intimate. It's
Yes,
intimate.
yeah.
Yeah, I know Bobby Kelly really well too. I've known Bobby forever.
Really?
Yeah.
He doesn't. Does he send you threatening text messages like he sends me?
No, he's very sweet to me.
He's not sweet to me. He's mean.
I've
and
seen him be mean.
Yeah,
Mike. Now I feel bad for you.
He's got that streak from when he was in kid prison.
Yeah.
And it comes out on me every once in a while. Like
Yeah.
I don't deserve that.
He's a nasty little monkey.
He's my number one best friend.
Is he really?
Yeah,
Bobby's
so-
the sweetest. Yeah, I'll tell him that when I was on.
Yeah. He may be listening right now.
Oh, Bobby.
Bobby.
Sweet Bobby.
Shouldn't Bobby be like he should be in movies? I would love to see him in a movie.
I did a movie with him.
You did?
Yeah, me and Bobby, he played Santa Claus. And it was,
yes,
it was a
that
movie
was
called
not too long ago.
The Binge 2.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
a
I remember he
sequel
was
to a
going to
Vince
do
Vaughn
that.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was so excited.
You've been in Will Ferrell movies. You've been in Vince Vaughn movies. You've been in Adam Sandler movies. That's going pretty well.
It's great, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
Are you rich?
I mean, I do fine.
Yeah, but
Like,
I mean, are
I
you
can
rich?
afford Chad Zuma. You know what I mean?
How is this relationship forged? Because nobody likes Chad. We're down to like 3 people who like Chad.
I'm at the end of it.
Yeah.
I'm at the end of my friendship with him.
It's you, because he said all these years he's like I'll be opening. I see him post. I'll be opening for Nick. I'll be opening for Nick, and I'm like I don't believe this. I can't believe Nick won't come on this show, but yet he likes Chad. I can't understand how that dynamic happened. And then who else? Florentine likes you.
Kevin Brennan.
Well, he's an asshole.
Kevin Brennan doesn't like anybody.
I am 53 years old. I'm a father of 2, and I'm in my later years. Like I'm out of shape and I'm tired, but I still want to fight Kevin Brennan.
Right.
One day I would like
Please,
to punch
can I
Kevin
pay
Brennan.
for
in
it?
the face.
I'm rich enough to pay for it.
Will you back me up on that?
100%. To answer,
I'll give him one. I'll give him a shot and be like, no, one's for Swardson.
he'd be like, "What is that?" But yeah, and then Will Ferrell, I didn't really know. I did Blades of Glory.
I mean, you didn't just do Blades of Glory. You stole that movie.
Oh, thanks. I
And my
didn't know
wife,
about that.
my wife talks about it all the time. I mean, when you do a movie like that with those kind of people in it, and you walk away with the one scene that everybody talks about or the one line, you know what I mean? I mean that's a big deal.
Yeah, that's flattering. Thank you. I mean, that cast was phenomenal.
Yeah,
that was such a great movie. And then, so speaking of Zach, so Will called my agent. He's like, hey, I'm putting together a tour. And, I need like 3 comics. So this is 2009. So the agent was like, okay, what about Swardson, Galifianakis, and Dimitri Martin?
Oh.
And so that's when I really like, because I didn't have any scenes with Will on Blaze of Glory.
Right.
So then I got to know Will through that tour. And Will was great. He was super funny.
Is he always on? Or because I watched that documentary he made with the writer who was transgender,
Right?
And you see a whole new sweet side of Will Ferrell that you don't normally get to see. But also, it seems like after a while, sometimes I'd be like, "All right, Will, take it down a notch. We're at a basketball game, relax, and just what I mean." Like every once in a while, I'd be like, "Come on, let's cool down."
Yeah, I mean, he's not. A lot of those guys, like, they're not on all the time unless they like really know you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure you've experienced this with comedians. Like, once they're comfortable in a setting with people, then they're like, they can kind of. But like, a lot of people are really guarded, where they don't want to.
Right.
I mean, some people get wacky schmacky, but it's pretty rare.
Yeah.
But
what is it about side splitters that everybody loves?
It's just, I don't know. Chad is the one that turned me out. So Chad and I were friends from LA.
Right.
So I knew him back in the day hanging out at the Improv. And then when I was touring and I was just like needed an opener, and Chad does
It's
fine.
not threatening.
Great. Not threatening.
Not as funny.
He throws up on stage.
Yeah.
He plays with it. He builds a vomit snowman and has sex with it. It's great. It's avant-garde.
Yeah. I got you.
Avant-garde. Is that a thing? Is that a new thing? Am I canceled now?
Yeah, right.
No, but I don't even know what I was talking
No,
about.
I don't know. I was asking about side splitters because so many comedians love side splitters. They love it. To me, like I would be like, if I own side splitters, I'd be changing things, and everybody's like, no, it's perfect.
It's just like old school.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. It's great, and it's one of those clubs that comics like.
Yeah.
Because it is that old school vibe. And whenever a comic does a club, you always call other comics that you trust. You
Right.
know? So you're like, hey, is this place legit?
Yeah.
Because comics will be like, oh, no.
Yeah,
But
I hear.
everybody loves side splitters. They had always talked about it.
I hear all what clubs are bad and which owners and who's paying cash and who's shorting people. I hear all those stories all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably heard the ones back in the day in the 80s where people were getting paid in cocaine.
Yeah.
They were literally getting paid. They're like, here's a bag. I don't know how anybody survived the 80s. I was a child, but
you wrote Malibu's Most Wanted. I just assumed that Jamie Kennedy wrote that and that's how he got in it.
I wrote the original script.
Right.
So I did a gig when I was first starting out, and it was emceeing for Jamie.
Okay.
And it was at the Phoenix Improv, Tempe Improv.
Right.
And we're hanging out, and he was like, hey, man, you know that character I do on stage, B-Rad? And I go, yeah. He goes, I want to do a movie about it, like a movie with that character. And I go, oh, yeah, it's funny. It's a funny character. And I go, you should have a scene with this, and then you should have this scene, and then you should have this scene. And he goes, oh, dude, that's hilarious. Do you want to write it? And I go, I've never written anything. I don't know how to write a screenplay. And he goes, well, just get a book. I'll pay you out of my pocket.
Right.
So I'm like, okay. So I crashed.
How successful is he at this point?
I mean, he was coming off Scream. He was kind of in limbo.
Okay.
Like he was in a limbo.
He had a little momentum though.
He still, I mean, he was still like famous from Scream and all those movies.
Right.
But he was in limbo.
Okay.
So he was like, I have this movie. So I got a screenplay book and I wrote it longhand in a notebook.
You just bought a book.
I bought a screenwriting book. Yeah.
Learned how to do it and just wrote a movie longhand.
Longhand.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It was insane. And so I wrote this movie, and then when I wrote it, it was an R-rated Dumb and Dumber comedy, and it was me and him. And it was R-rated, dude. It was like we were in crack houses. Like it was called Suckers. And it was great. And we were getting independent producers interested. We almost got it made several times. And then Jamie got his show on the WB, the Jamie Kennedy Experiment.
Right.
And it went really well. And then Warner Brothers wanted a movie with him. So Jamie's like, here, Nick has the script. And so they gave it to the Jamie Kennedy writers, and then they rewrote it, made it PG-13, and wrote Malibu's Most Wanted, which they did a phenomenal job.
Right.
So I always stress that, like, I wrote
How
the
much
original.
of it was yours?
I mean,
like,
it was,
you see your movie in there when you see the movie, or you're like,
kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, not too much.
And you get credit for that? You get
because I wrote the script that was, got the movie made.
Right.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, there's definitely hints here and there.
Yeah,
but I mean,
yeah.
they did a great job. I mean, mine was hardcore,
Right.
dude. R-rated. I mean, I should track it down and post the script so people can read it.
What do you? So here you are now. You just longhand wrote a movie, and now you're like, I can write movies. And what was the next thing you worked on?
The next thing I worked on was probably Grandma's Boy.
Oh wow.
Rewriting that. Then I co-wrote Benchwarmers. Then I helped write and produce with Sandler a bunch of movies. Then we wrote Bucky Larson.
Which was great.
I love Bucky. We got this.
So funny.
Dude, I was talking to Chad earlier. 3% on Rotten Tomatoes. And the one review that's good is not even that great. It's like some guy was like, okay, this is maybe a notch above Two Girls, One Cup. Like, it was like,
It's funny to
like
me
a little bit.
how certain things get rated and stuff. And I go, yeah, but you're not me. You know what I mean? Like you're
Well, comedy's so subjective.
Exactly.
And when you throw it under the microscope of like a critic, like they're inherently not going to like it.
Right.
They hated Sandler forever until
Yeah.
he started doing Punch
Now he's a
Drunk
genius.
Love, and
Yeah.
now, you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, it's
It's hard. It's
you
got to
don't
be
pay
hard
attention.
not to get beat down, though.
No, I mean that's advice to anybody out there who wants to get into this kind of business. It's like you've got it. Sandler told me right away when Grandma's Boy came out, it got destroyed.
Yeah.
Critics hated it, just hated it, and I was really, really bummed out. And Sandler was like, "Dude, you don't read it. Don't read any of them, even positive. Don't read any of them." And it was a muscle I had to kind of learn to
Yeah.
do because, yeah, it's really disheartening, especially with comedy because my whole goal is just make people laugh and just
and that's the thing is I'll tell people, I'll go, do you like dumb funny just to be funny? Like MacGruber's my favorite movie. I love
MacGruber's
MacGruber.
hilarious.
Exactly. So and I judge people on whether they like it or not. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
I don't love MacGruber.
I get what
What?
their humor is.
It's hard. I'm trying to watch it. I've been trying to watch it for 10 years. I put it on every once in a while. I watch 5 minutes of it and I go, I can't.
He doesn't like I Think You Should Leave, Tim Robinson.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
so
Tim
it-
Robinson's show is really funny.
Right, but it's all those things, just like your thing with the Gary Gaga and all that stuff. That was just
That's funny to me.
funny, but it's, and I don't mean it to be bad, dumb funny. It's just you're
It's
gonna
dumb,
laugh.
but it's also really smart.
Exactly,
You
yes.
can't be stupid and
Exactly.
be a successful comedian.
Yes,
You know what I
yes.
mean?
Yeah.
But it's so good and so funny, and there's people that just won't get it. And I go, yeah, all right, you just don't get it then. Forget it.
Yeah, it's like we're in on the joke. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yes.
It's like I remember I kind of sum it up where I remember back in the day I was doing an Ivy League college. I can't remember which one it was. It might have been like it wasn't Harvard or Yale, but it was like a really Ivy League college.
Right.
And I'm doing my act and I'm bombing. And I do this joke, and it was my favorite joke back in the day. And I go, I have a cat, it's sick right now. He has diarrhea. And I brought him to the doctor, and the doctor's like, well, what have you been feeding him? And I'm like, diarrhea. And this kid in the front row, arms crossed, turns to his buddy, and he goes, oh my God, that's so dumb. That's the dumbest joke. And I heard him, and I stopped the show, and I go, hey, I know it's stupid.
Yeah.
I wrote
It's
it.
by
That's
design,
the whole
you moron.
point.
Right.
Yeah.
The whole point is I'm in on the joke. I know it's dumb. That's why you
Yeah.
laugh. You know what I mean? So
That's
it's funny
gotta
when,
be frustrating.
when people. I hate when people think they're above comedy. It drives me insane. Or they're like, "Oh yeah, you guys do your thing. You and Sandler." It's like, what? What are you talking about?
We call those in wrestling. They call those smart marks. The ones who think that they know I know you're not really dead, Undertaker. Yeah, okay, smart ass. and that's we get a lot of that on the radio. Like we'll make a joke, and then somebody online will be like, "You guys didn't really do. Oh, really? You think so? You think we didn't set a guy on fire in the studio? You moron."
Oh,
It's the
that's
whole
hilarious.
point.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah, I'm never I don't care about the. Like I never get on Reddit or any of those things like that because that's where all the like I had your buddy Stuttering John on this week.
I heard.
And the amount of idiots that have been attacking me ever since. I'm like, I don't care what you morons have to say about anything. That's not why I'm here. I don't know. Makes
Right.
me
Well, the
crazy.
thing to me is like critics, like paid critics.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like people listening, swear to God, pick like your top 3 favorite comedies and go on Rotten Tomatoes and look at the reviews.
Exactly.
And it's bonkers how you're like, whoa, I did that one. I did like a whole dive where I was like, Dumb and Dumber is like one of my all time. I think it's a perfect movie.
Yeah.
Step Brothers, movies like that I love, Billy Madison. And they're just, these critics, I get like if you want to review technical filmmaking, but comedy is so subjective.
Right.
So it's like, it's so hard.
Right. And I don't know. It's
to be like, it's bad. This is the worst.
Yeah, like when we talk about MacGruber, I'm not like this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like, it makes no sense. It's just for me, it's not particularly what I find funny, but I get it. I understand why everybody. My wife loves it.
Well, Mike, let me ask you this: were you built up before you saw it that it was the funniest movie ever
Yes.
made?
Yeah,
Okay,
Because
see,
me, his wife, and Robert Kelly all told him it's the funniest thing.
yeah.
So then he
also,
wanted to not like it.
But it also is like that sometimes that over the top silly doesn't do it for me. Like when I was a kid, I enjoyed the Naked Gun movies. I thought that they were funny. I thought Leslie Nielsen was great. He played it so straight, and it was good.
He's a genius.
But yeah, but I mean, like sometimes those like I think you should leave. My wife loves it so much, and I've tried so hard to watch it with her, and that guy is so obnoxious and so over the top that it just doesn't do. I get it. Some of the stuff I take away from it, I go,
Right.
oh, it's a very interesting shirt and whatever that thing was. But I don't.
One of the funniest movies
Yeah.
I've ever seen is Kung Pao Enter the Fist.
Oh yeah.
So great, so dumb, so great.
See,
Yeah.
I think Eastbound and Down is one of the best shows.
Oh, yeah.
Eastbound
Eastbound
and
is
Down.
fantastic.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal. That was. I did a movie with Danny McBride, 30 Minutes or Less.
Oh yeah,
which a lot of people, that was kind of a sleeper, and that was really, really fun. He's hilarious. I try to work with Danny as much as I can, and we became really close.
Well,
after
you've had a great career, huh? You've pretty much done and worked with
It's
the best
been a
people.
blast,
Yeah,
man.
right.
Yeah, I can't complain.
No wonder why you've never been on this show before. You didn't need us for nothing. I don't know nothing.
Yeah, I got to go, Mike.
Well,
No,
let me
not at
tell
all.
everybody though that you are going to be at the Tampa Theater tomorrow night.
I
It
don't
is
have
the-
to go, Mike. I was kidding.
Okay, yeah, but I do want to let everybody know that Toilet Head is going to be wrapping up at the Tampa Theater tomorrow night at 7:00. Will Chad be with you?
Chad, I don't know. We'll see what Chad we get.
I'm good. I'm in.
Feed him
right.
diarrhea and see how that works out.
Yeah.
yeah.
Come see
Maybe.
his best opener ever.
Yeah, maybe we'll get the country of Chad.
There.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who
We'll see.
Who else do you usually go on the road with? Like, do you take a lot of young comedians out, or what do you do?
I have like a revolving door. I mean, I've done it long enough where it's like,
You pick the guys you like.
oh, always. It's always baffling to me when I have comedians that are like, yeah, I did a whole run on the road with this person, and they didn't even know him.
Yeah,
and it was like
yeah.
miserable. I'm like, dude, you got to do the road with people you like.
Right.
But yeah, it's always, and sometimes it's some favor stuff where my buddies, comedians are just, it's like a kindergarten class.
Yeah.
They're so immature. Where you're like, what do you mean you don't have rent?
Yeah.
You're like, dude, dude, let me just do a run, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, fine.
I
But,
would feel bad. I think if I was a poor comedian and made it, I would probably try to help out all those other guys. I just feel bad from all the times I remember. Like I feel that way about radio people who are just starting out. I always feel like
yeah,
I gotta
totally.
try to help them out.
It's like the grind.
Yeah.
So it's like you want to help people as much as possible. And I remember back in the day, I remember starting out, and I would open for people. And so what my opener is like, I make sure they get paid well. I make sure I pay for every meal. I make sure their flights are covered, their hotel, everything is taken care of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I remember when I first started out, and I'm not gonna say.
No, you have to.
No,
You just give me a little,
no.
Give me a little hint.
I'll tell you off air.
Oh, because then I'll just say it on there when you leave. Just tell me. No, are they
okay,
still
then
around?
I'll
Are they still around?
He's gonna be so mad.
He don't
if I
care.
say
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
Well,
matter.
he won't be mad, but it's funny. But I'll just
Just say John Lovitz.
no.
Oh.
I know. Hello, Nick. No. So his comedian one time called me up. I had first moved to LA, and he goes, "Hey man, do you want to open for me? I'm doing a college." And I go, "Yeah, sure." And I go, and I'm sleeping in a studio apartment on my couch.
Right.
And I go, "What's the money?" And he goes, "I'll give you $100." And I go, $100? I'm like, "How much time am I doing?" He's like, half hour. And I go, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I don't know, 45 hour." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, $100." And he goes, "Dude, why are you being weird?" And I'm like, "I'm not. No, it's fine." He goes, "I'll drive." And I'm like, "Okay." And he goes, I'm taking a hit on this. I'm only getting like 20 grand. And I go, "Why did you tell me that?" And he goes, "Dude," and I go, "All right, fine." He goes, "Okay, fine, $200." And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, all right, cool, yeah, okay." And he did the show and stuff, and it was fine. But I'll never forget that. He did drive, but
Who was it, Nick?
I don't know.
Just say it. You want to say it.
Dane Cook.
It was not Dane Cook. Good Lord. No, because he's still a good friend of mine.
So
I don't want him to think
these
I'm
are just
shitting on him.
no, you can't
It's
say
gonna
that
get
word
back
either.
to him and he's gonna spaz.
Nobody listens to this show. It's not even
Yeah, they
popular.
do, Mike.
It's not even popular.
All right, let me debate telling you, and then
Tell Chad, and then Chad will say.
I know who it is.
Who is it, Chad?
I won't say.
Well,
It.
Chad
Don't be a
won't-
pussy.
I'll
no.
get fired.
Chad will get
From what? You barely have a gig now.
But my point being is like I make sure, and that wasn't bad. He was really great to me, but there were other headliners that they were like, "Will you open for him?" I'm like, yeah, you got to pay. They were like, you got to pay your flight and put yourself up.
Yeah.
I'm like, but I'm opening. I'm like, you're giving me a couple $100. Like I can't.
By the
I'm
time
gonna lose a lot.
you're gonna lose money.
I'm sleeping on a couch, dude.
Right.
Like seriously. Like, what's going on?
That is something that separates the good people from the bad people, because when you're now successful, you think about idiots like Chad and how you don't want him, having to pay his way and you pay for his meals and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You pass it on.
You pass it on.
Who was mean to you? Who
He wasn't mean to me. See, Mike, you
who
can't say that.
It's gonna get worse if we don't.
I
It's
know.
somebody
I
who's
shouldn't
still
have even
active.
opened this. Yeah, and I love him. He's like a brother to me.
Right.
It was Norm.
No, it wasn't Norm. Don't say that. It's not even funny. It's not Norm.
Not Norm,
100%.
not
It's
Norm.
not Norm.
Not Norm.
Look at Chad already saying
I'm
something
joking.
dumb. It was not Norm
It
McDonald,
was
of
not.
course.
Of course.
All right.
God, Chad fired again. All he has to do is say one word.
By the way, our listeners are the best because they already found that you can find Nick Swartson's Pretend Time on Amazon for $6.99. Did you know that?
I
Are you
didn't
getting
know
paid
that.
for that?
Oh my God.
You
No.
better be getting paid for that.
I
yeah.
don't care. I just want people to see it.
Its episodes are $2.99, or you can buy season 1 for $6.99.
Oh, that's great. Thank you, everybody out there, for doing that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Well, I gotta tell you, I think the best thing is to go see you live. I don't know what kind of tickets are available, but tomorrow night at the Tampa Theater, one of the finest theaters in this area.
Yeah,
Beautiful place.
it's a gorgeous theater.
Yeah.
And this set's one of my favorites. I actually have Norm Macdonald stories, and it's all over the map. I talk about some movie stuff, but it's one of my favorite sets.
Good. I'm glad. I'm
it's
so
really
glad that you were able to come in here this morning. We were finally able to hook up after you've been ducking us for all these years.
Yeah, for sure.
Lived in the goddamn state in Florida and didn't even come on the show.
Key West is not a real
Kinda.
place. It's not a real place,
Yeah.
Mike. You know that.
If you're not drinking, what are you doing in Key West for a year?
Oh my God,
it's-
I was drinking.
At
Oh,
the
you
time.
were
drinking.
Okay, all right.
Oh my God, I went on a bender. I mean, one of my things I'm grateful for is that Bert and I never synced up in Key West during that time.
Yeah.
Because we would not be here to talk about it.
No, it caused a hole in time.
Yeah, I mean, I was drinking. Yeah, it was insane. If you haven't been to Key West, I highly recommend. It's like nothing you've ever seen. It's just an island of misfit toys.
Yes.
There's no rules.
No,
It's
you don't have to have a
crazy.
shirt down there.
You don't have
You can be
anything.
fat and naked down there. Nobody cares.
You can wear a snake and have a boner, and that's it. And people are like, "Oh, that's our mayor." Like it doesn't. It's amazing. I went for 10 days and I stayed a year and a half.
Really?
Granted, that was during COVID, so like the whole world was crazy.
Right.
But it was phenomenal, dude. I just listened to live music, played trivia every night.
First time I went there was like a cruise stop. Okay.
What year was this?
Oh, it was late 90s maybe. Cruise stop, and we get off the boat and we don't know where to go. It's Sloppy Joe's and all these
Yeah,
places.
of course.
And then this place upstairs is a naked bar where you just go. It's
Garden of Eden.
Well, you're right. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And we just go up there and there's this fat, large-breasted lady naked, and she's just serving drinks. And I'm like, this is the best thing I've ever seen. And I'm like, yeah, I can see why people live here.
Yeah,
and
it's
there's
phenomenal.
no judging people at all.
No,
you
not
could
at all.
be gay, straight, fat, skinny, snake, no snake. Nobody cares. They're just all about being naked and having fun.
It's literally that. It's
Yes.
phenomenal. And they have
Yeah.
a great sports bar down there. So like they just have everything. They have a great video game bar called the Retro Room. But yeah, it's just all about getting drunk and having fun.
Yes.
And it's just there's so many great Joe the Show, if you ever go to Key West, he's phenomenal. He plays at Irish Kevin's. He plays all over there. But yeah, it's just it was the best, man. And people are like, "Oh, do you regret like burning through a year and a half of your life?" I'm like, "No,
that's
dude."
one of the best. That's one of your years. You
Yeah.
chalk off.
It was phenomenal.
Key West is the home of You're Closed. The
yeah,
Mexican
yeah.
place. We went to a Mexican
What is
place and ordered some chips and salsa, and they said we don't have any tortilla chips. And I go, then you're closed.
Yeah.
You're a Mexican restaurant. I go, do you have taco shells back there? I go, break them up, bring them out. And she's like, we can't do that. And I go, you're closed. I go, that's ridiculous.
That is really weird.
Yeah.
We have a band, and our band played in Key West, and I would think that was one of my favorite gigs.
Yeah,
we've
it was
ever
fun.
played. It was
yeah,
great.
it was right
just
down on the pier.
People they just love to do stuff down there.
Yeah, everyone's in a good mood there. And it's
Yeah.
funny, the people that I met, and I swear to God, 80% of the people I met down there were from the Midwest, and they went there for their honeymoon or they went there on vacation, immediately moved.
Yeah.
They left Ohio, they left Michigan. They got out of Dodge.
Because that's paradise to them. Especially if they grew up in Michigan. If I would have went there straight from Staten Island, I would have been like, this is the best place in the world. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And it's not unbearably hot where it's like, your scrotum's not tattooed to your leg the whole time.
Right.
You got to have a little breathing room.
Yeah. And you do see some stuff down there that you don't get to see elsewhere. You hear about things, and then you see.
People think we're joking.
No.
There's a place, and it's like kind of in a nice part of town towards like the southernmost point, and there's a menu out front of what you're into, and there's a whole menu.
Yeah.
Out in front where somebody's hanging out, like a chick hanging out, and it's like leather. You know what I mean? Like all these things, bisexual, like a whole like 20 list of things.
Yeah.
And you watch these like tourist dads with like their wife and like coming from Cleveland, Chad, and they're looking at that menu like, all right, see how I can break away from that.
Would you do weird sex stuff down there?
No.
That's what I'd be there for. My wife's kind of corny when it comes to that stuff. She won't do anything, so we'll never move down there. But like, I don't know. Part of me, part of the reason why I married her is because she said she wanted to go to New Orleans, and I go, "Oh, what are you gonna show your boobs for beads?" She's like, "I would never do that." And I went, "I'll marry you."
Yeah,
but kind of in our later years now, I want to be like, "What's up?"
Now you want her to show him.
Well, I don't want to show
Now
them.
you're whipping out your tates.
Yeah. I want to do some weird stuff.
Fantasy
Whip out your
Fest.
tates.
Yeah.
That's one thing I regret. This thing called Fantasy Fest.
Yeah.
And during COVID, it was all dead. And I don't know if it's been like I've been there a couple times since. And
It's back.
And but I haven't been there for a couple years. But I want to see because I had only heard it was like this like unicorn of sex,
Right.
Where they were talking about. I'm like, no way that happened. And they're like, oh yeah. They're like that happened in the middle of the street, like live sex act.
That's what we hear
With
all
an
the time.
airbrushed lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all like airbrushed.
Yeah.
Oh, that's something else, man. Nick, I'm glad you came in this morning. Thank you. It's a pleasure to.
Mike, thanks for having me.
Yeah,
I'm glad we finally linked up.
Me too. Go see Nick at the Tampa Theater. I don't know what tickets are available, but you can find them online. And I hope the last show was great for you.
Yeah, thank you very much, man. I'm very
And then
excited.
Happy Gilmore 2, which will
Happy
no
Gilmore
doubt be
2,
a huge success.
July 25th. Thank you very
Good.
much.
Thank
and
you.
We're having the premiere in New York.
Pretend Time available on Amazon.
Yes, and Pretend Time. Thank you for that.
All
and
right.
then we'll see you on my next tour. It's called Boner Snake. And it's me and Mike down headlining Key West. For a
I'm
year and a
down.
half.
I'm in. I'll bring the bonus snake down
Year
there.
and a half.
I'm not
Let's
afraid. Nick Swardson, thank you very much. We'll take a quick break. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. Mike Calta Show, good morning. Hello.
Oh, hey, it's me, Medicine Man. What's up?
Figured it would be about this time. I was wondering if you're going to make it to Whiskey Willie's tonight.
Which one is it at?
Oh, come on.
What do you mean?
I mean, you find every other band in town to go see.
I know, but they're out in Lutz and
Lutz.
almost out to Tampa.
Lutz. Right there on 41 there, on Dale Mabry. Between 41 and Dale Mabry.
I know. That's if I can have a friend to drive you out there, you know.
Tell the guy with the fat wife to drive you.
He lives in St. Pete and he has to work today.
Oh.
He doesn't get out like
what about Jeff, your friend Jeff?
It might be a maybe or somebody else.
All right. Well,
What about Galvin? Galvin
I
pick you up.
tried.
you want Galvin to get you?
No. Not happening.
Well, he's got to get there early.
I know,
not
but I could try to make it out there, make an effort out there. But if I can get my friend to get out there, it'd be pretty cool, you know.
All right, Medicine
I was
Man.
at a couple of movies last night too.
All right. I don't
Great.
really care about you.
Good
All
time.
right, I got to go. I got to go.
McDonald's last night too.
What? All right. Yeah. Now listen to me. If I don't see you tonight, I'm not. Gonna, I'm going to consider us not friends anymore.
We'll try to make it out there. I can't
You
anybody get out
make
there.
it to every horrible concert. You've seen every local crappy band, and you will not come see our band.
I would love to see you guys because
All right.
you guys are great and you're a lot of fun.
No, we'll see you tonight. Whiskey Willie's, 9:30.
Quite the endorsement.
Mike Calta Show, hello.
Hey, how's it going, Mike?
Yeah, pretty good. How you doing?
Yeah, I was trying to call in earlier with Nick Swardson. I actually met him down in Key West when he was down there, and yeah, dude was a blast.
I was he drinking at the time?
He was wasted.
Yeah.
Had black eyes.
Yeah.
Said he fell out of an Uber. And I have on video. We made a bet about football, and I doubt he remembered it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a big Vikings fan.
He was
I know.
partying.
Well, I liked them,
Yeah.
and I enjoyed having them on here. I wish that maybe I got to see them in the drinking days, but something tells me they'll come back eventually.
All right, cool.
Thank you, pal. Appreciate the call.
Rough Shot Todd texted me. He said he also hung out with Nick Swardson down in Key West.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Well, I did get a lot of. That's how I knew he was down there because a lot of listeners said that they would see him down there.
It's such a small island.
Right.
I think that it's not hard to find somebody.
And he seems like he enjoyed his time.
Yeah.
Mike Calta Show. Good morning.
Oh, hello, Mike Calta. Long-time listener, first-time caller. How are you?
I don't believe. Oh, I'm good. Go ahead. I'm skeptical.
I'm just following up on the Chad Zumach interview. Do all of you still have all your credits?
Yeah. See, Mike Calta Show. Good morning. Hello.
By the way, are we calling that a Chad Zumach interview? He said 3 words while Nick Swardson was in there.
Why do you think the guy was like, "Hello, I'm here to ask you a question about this."
Yeah, first time, long time. I'm doing a voice. Like we knew your voice to begin with.
Right out of the gate. I said skeptical.
Yeah.
I knew what was going on.
It was probably Chad.
I think
by the way, I dumped you. I dumped out of the call because I didn't know if you were going to curse or whatever. But I don't care if you want to bash Chad. I bashed Chad while he was in the studio. Yeah, I don't care about that. But I don't know. This weird Chad Stuttering John thing has brought out a new group of morons that I've never seen before.
It's wild what people find important in their life.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Yeah, like I like to laugh at a couple of things, but when you become obsessed with it and start creating like Twitter handles and all that, that's when you've gone too far off the deep end. That's when you've become something else. Huh? I want to remind everybody that we go on stage early tonight. We go on stage at 9:30, which is pretty early for us. So if you're looking to get out there, I don't even know what time to tell you to come because everybody says it's going to be packed, and I don't know if that means you come at 8:00 and you just get a spot, or if you just hope to come at 10 or whatever the case is. But I don't know. I'm looking forward to being out there tonight. I'm looking forward to being out there, Carmen. You know why?
Why?
'Cause I'm drinking tonight.
Oh,
Off the wagon.
Off the wagon, off the rails.
Taco Bell.
Oh, 100%.
No. You know what I like to do is I like to plan. I will leave something in the refrigerator, and I will go, this is for when I get home, so that I know that it's more healthy. Yeah, I'll see a Taco Bell.
It's a good plan on the surface.
Yeah.
Joey has. We went to Texas Roadhouse last week, and Joey got like chicken strips. This is last Friday, and he ate so much bread for an appetizer, and then whatever his appetizer was, that he ate one chicken strip and then just took the rest of them home. It was almost a week, and I almost ate them last night.
Oh.
I was like,
Craving is that bad.
I opened it up and I went, ooh.
Yeah.
No. Can't eat that. That was terrible.
When are you planning on being back on track?
I mean, I'm trying, Galvin.
I feel like this is sliding right into Bone Beach Bash.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you guys were expecting abs by the beach bash, I'll tell you right now, probably not
Gonna be a shirt on in the pool for night swim?
100%.
Yeah.
I've not swam without a shirt since I was like 9.
Plus, it's night swim, so we're not going to see the abs anyways.
Yeah. You don't want to waste it. Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. What's up?
Hey, I was just calling to give a huge shout out to Nick Swardson. I think one of the most underrated comedic specials is Who Farted. That ending killed me. I'll never forget that.
What? I didn't see the special, so now I got to check it out because I love him now. I thought he was great. I enjoyed it.
The ending of the show is he sets it up and.
All right. Well, don't ruin it. I will watch it. I will check it out. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Is this
You.
This is Steve. Hello, are you there?
Is this Steve?
Yes, this is Steve Beach with Beach Plumbing. I listen to you guys every day,
Thank you.
and I'm tired of hearing this fly problem.
Well,
So
stop
are
listening
we.
then.
He was going to solve
He's
it.
not going to solve it.
Oh, you're not solving
Everybody-
it.
guy.
I'm kind of thinking I like to have them around.
They're coming up the drains.
They're not coming up the train.
Carmen,
Yeah.
during the commercial break,
Mm-hmm.
I swallowed a fly.
No.
Yeah.
I
From
guess
your
you'll
water?
die.
No,
Oh,
while I was
it just-
talking to Chad Zumach, it flew in my mouth, and I went, "Oh no, I think I swallowed it."
Did you check the Zevo?
I can't; it's too low now.
I went to take a drink of my tea, and I looked down, and there were bugs in it.
Were there really?
Yeah.
So I can't see any bugs in my coffee. I wonder if they're.
You're definitely drinking bugs.
How do you know?
They're in there.
That's blackberry brandy.
Not one.
Those aren't coffee grounds.
I don't see anything. Here.
Yeah.
You got nothing in the Zevo?
Nothing in the Zevo, Carmen.
Yeah, Zevo's a bust, I think.
I'm not the one who said to get that.
No,
So don't put that on me. I was not.
Yeah.
I was not.
Nothing's been more effective than the Joe juice.
Yeah.
That's my
Carmen's
juice.
concoction.
Joe juice.
Oh,
no! I mean, you knew it was going to happen.
I mean-
you knew it was going to happen. He just picked up the Raid one and was smelling it and holding it over, and it just spilled
Of course.
everywhere.
No. Why are you even playing with it? Just let it be. Oh, no.
By the way, everybody's microphone is off.
Hello?
Oh, no.
I turned
Or
it
it's
off.
down.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was cleaning. I was cleaning.
Did
you spill it all over the
board?
Oh, no. Oh,
Oh.
no.
Hello?
I can hear Joe.
Am I the only one?
I can hear me.
Yeah. I can hear Gio.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Come on.
Oh, no.
Wow.
I'm not making the call.
Oh, boy. You're not
I
on the call?
mean,
Oh.
we got 20 minutes
Oh,
left,
boy.
my guy.
But I mean,
Hello?
No.
Hello? Yeah, this
Nope,
one works.
there you go.
Okay. No.
Oh, boy.
oh, yeah.
And it could not smell worse. It's just
No.
pure vinegar. Yeah.
Oh, you should just let it be.
You just had to mess
By the
with
way,
it.
Mike continues to talk into the
Yeah.
microphone,
Yeah.
though it's completely off.
It's the Joe.
Joe, you want to hand him your microphone?
There you go.
Joe,
That
did you get it on video, Mike?
Did. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
I hope so.
Oh, this is terrible.
Well, happy Friday.
Like, why
What?
would you
Yeah.
hold it over top of the
I
thing?
will tell you. I had it behind me, and it gathered no flies. So I was going to move it to an area that had flies, and I bumped it into the microphone.
Just like the other day, Joe held the other one over the back where there's exposed wires.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I go, maybe not right there.
Yeah.
Maybe on this table where there's nothing else by it.
Oh man, they are
Oh.
going to be so mad at me.
It smells like we're
Yeah.
making Easter eggs in here now.
Oh, it is. I mean, they charged me $8 just to buy vinegar.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
You could have bought a jug of vinegar, 2 jugs of vinegar for $8.
Oh,
All right, so I'm not calling the engineers.
I gotta take a break.
You got to take. You got to make the call. This has got to be on you.
I mean,
Oh.
do you know that I
Happy Friday.
Going has to stand up now?
Joe does have a mic.
We're all in different positions because we need new microphones.
Yeah, I'm holding this other mic. I guess I could just sit down over here.
Yeah. there you
Wow.
Oh,
Good
man.
job.
go.
I'm
Your mic
sorry.
doesn't
All
work
right.
either.
Radio
No.
professional.
Oh no.
Hold on. Oh, they won't even turn on. Oh no, they're gonna be so mad at me.
Oh, you're screwed. I mean, this is like.
Yeah.
All right, Carmen. We'll see you on Monday when we're in the real studio.
Yeah, looks like it probably, right?
Hey, Carmen,
No.
can you just call Mike Cernak in the studio?
Oh no.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
It smells so bad. Like this.
Oh,
it's
he's not here today.
Well,
Well, I
thought
guess you got
Juneteenth-
Dylan.
No, forget it.
Oh,
Forget
no.
it. Forget about
Oh.
it. Oh man.
Ooh, you want to tell John Brennan? Have him tell them.
What?
Tell John Brennan and have
Yeah.
him tell him.
Can you get John Brennan?
He's not here either. He doesn't come in on Friday.
What do you mean he doesn't come in? But nobody comes in?
No, it's Friday, so everyone works from home on Friday.
But everybody had off yesterday.
Yeah, so they get 2 days off.
Oh, nice.
And Mike makes us work. So
Makes us work.
Nice
I
little 4-day
mean-
weekend. I like that.
Wow.
Oh, dude, they're gonna.
I can't imagine how bad it smells where you are because it smells so bad over here.
My whole lap is covered.
Is it on your clothes?
It's on my clothes. And I gotta leave right after the show. I gotta go pick up Juliana.
You better change.
Oh no.
Oh man,
I
you're
like
screwed.
I'm not gonna be here on Monday either.
Why? Where are you gonna be?
I got to get the test.
That's Monday?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I don't
He's been
pay
telling us all week.
I don't listen to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is terrible. All right, let's take a break. I got to figure this out.
You got a shop vac?
I don't know what I got. I got something. I got to try and figure out what's going on. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone.
Why do you sound different?
Shut up, Carmen.
Yeah.
I'm going to take one for the team real quick.
Oh, for the team. You're
Take one for the team. You did it.
Shut up. You're on my
Yeah.
The team.
You're all on my team.
I'm not even over there.
By the way,
We're on the
Moose
same
said it
team.
was hilarious to watch live.
Oh, no. The one thing Joe catches.
Dylan, you're live on the air on the Mike Calta Show. How are you, sir?
Doing pretty good. What's going on?
Oh, nothing. Have you been listening to the show?
No, sir, I have not. I've been in a meeting this morning.
Understandable. You're a very busy man, and may I say, you do a great job. I don't know. I just want to tell you, I think you're a fine guy, and I've enjoyed working with you all these years.
Oh boy! Now here's the buttering. What's going on?
Okay, so we had a problem in the studio with fruit flies. I don't know what the source of the problem was, but one of the things that I bought was a little canister of Raid solution, which turned out to be nothing more than apple cider vinegar in a cup that they charged me $8 for. And I was going to move it to an area that had some flies, and I spilled it onto the board, and I've knocked out channels 1 and 2. Please don't be mad. Please don't be mad at me. That's a maniacal laugh. That's not a good one. That's not a good
Merlin
laugh.
attack.
No.
So you're without a couple of microphone channels at this point.
Yes, microphone 1 and 2, the most important ones, me and Galvin, are not working. I'm currently talking to you on small man's microphone, and Galvin is sitting where the death of Spanish was.
Okay, so it sounds like you need a little bit of a repair.
I mean, it would be really appreciated if you did it, and I understand that this is probably not what you wanted on your menu for today or the weekend, but if there's something I can do, like I looked at the board, and I don't even think that I have the proper screwdriver to open up the channel to dry it out or anything.
It would, if it's apple cider vinegar or something of that nature, you probably shorted out or damaged the channel. So I will go through my back stock and see what we can repair.
You are the best.
Is there an ETA for that?
Yeah, I mean, do you think like by Monday or no?
Yeah, no, I will. Are you home later this morning?
I will get you in even if I'm not here.
Okay, I will see you before too long.
God bless you. Thank you very much. And may God have mercy on my soul. Thank you, Dylan. Bye. As the nicest Dylan has ever been to anybody.
Unbelievably
Anybody?
nice. Yeah.
And I don't
Gio,
fear...
while you were talking to him, Gio goes, "That's not Dylan."
Now call Dylan.
Yeah.
That was very nice. But I mean, we don't hit him up with a lot of problems.
Again, I hear a lot of we.
Yeah.
There's a lot of we in this situation.
If you broke something, I would help you out. I would take it as a team.
Would you?
He would go, "Dylan, you're not going to believe what Gio did."
All right, maybe that might be true.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I just know liquid is always like an engineer's ultimate.
Oh yeah, but
worst
here's
nightmare.
the thing: I wasn't playing with a water gun.
Yeah.
I wasn't just dilly dallying my coffee over the thing. I was trying to move it to where it'd be in a better position.
Yeah, over top of the board.
No, I was just passing it over.
Most engineers don't even want liquids in the room,
Yeah.
let alone near the equipment.
I know.
In your defense, I'm surprised you haven't spilled your coffee more times.
Yeah.
It's got a lid on it.
Yeah, but still.
So I'm good there. And now I'm afraid to drink it because I think it's got flies in it.
Oh, yeah. By the way, John Senning sent me a thing because John Senning, the king of knowing about
flies
and everything, he sent me a thing because I said that I swallowed one, and it said that flies can carry Shingilla bacteria. Shingillus bacteria, yeah. It said if you do get shingles, whatever, you're likely to experience symptoms like watery or bloody diarrhea, fever, and stomach cramps.
These are all things I had yesterday.
These symptoms usually appear a day or two after swallowing the bacteria. I swallowed the whole fly that has the bacteria and typically last for 5 to 7 days.
This is I went to Joe's house yesterday. And when I was there, I immediately had to go to the bathroom, and I used his bathroom, and it was unmistakable. It was watery, if you will.
I heard rumors that it did not flush properly.
Yeah, but I went back in there and fixed that.
Oh.
Yeah, I went in there and fixed it, Joe. I don't know if you noticed. Uh-oh.
There was still There was still things in there.
Oh, my God.
He told me Sugar Pants had to take care of it.
Oh,
No.
Embarrassing.
No, I'm telling you right now, I went in that bathroom before I left, and I flushed the toilet and watched everything go down. So if something came back, it came back after I left. Okay. Because I watched it go down.
It returns.
It's part of Shingillis disease.
Yeah.
It won't go away. Oh, my God. All right. 800-771-1025. Mike Calta Show, good morning. Good. Let's just end it.
We can't.
I hear you there. I hear somebody on the phone line. Why won't they talk to me?
Because
there you go.
This is what you get when you.
How does that work out? You call. I'm going to call. These guys are talking about something that I want to weigh in on this situation, or there's something that I must discuss with the people.
Let's try.
So I'm going to call the radio station, and then.
Hey.
Well, there you go.
Mike Calta.
Hello.
Yes. Good morning.
Or this.
Hey, good morning, Mr. Mike. Hey, I used to live in Key West in 1990.
Yeah.
And you were speaking about it today. Oh my God. Oh, it was a freak show back then. That was before the cruise ships and all the, it's all Disney World now.
I don't know,
but
dude.
I was there.
I was down there pretty recently with a cruise ship, and it was still pretty insane.
No, but I'm talking like you walk on the right-hand side of the Wall Street. All the gay bars are on the right. All the straight guys places are on the left.
Oh, well.
You were on the right?
Which side did you go to?
On the left, you walk.
I don't know.
We can't tell.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I swear to God, man. And you don't even know what happened down there, man. I lived on Stock Island, which is
All right, I don't care. Mike Calta Show, good morning.
I would imagine there was a lot of walking on the right, or no, what did he say? Right, gay
right,
bar?
gay, left, straight.
Walking on the left, couple drinks, not a lot of action, and maybe you go over to the right.
See what's happening on the right.
Yeah.
Pulling Ian Finance.
Yeah,
Ian Finance says he's not gay. He's bisexual when he can't get a girl, which seems to me like the best possible position to be. Hello, that wasn't me. It seems like the best possible position to be in. You're like aiming for a girl, and then if you come up short, then you're like, guys are scumbags. There'll always be a guy around.
Yeah.
This is a very frustrating, anticlimactic day. We had just a good show. Nick Swardson was great. It was good to have him.
We got
in the
Whiskey
studio.
Willie's tonight.
Whiskey Willie's.
Excited.
Don't let this take away from Whiskey Willie's.
I'm not.
What's going to happen?
Listen to me. Just if I smell like apple cider vinegar tonight at Whiskey Willie's, you know why.
I feel like the worst part is behind us.
Calling Dylan?
Yeah,
but you don't have to be here when he gets here.
Yeah, it's
He's
true.
still going to come here and yell at me.
He's going to bring his dog. His dog's just going to bark in your face while he's fixing it the entire time.
Wow. Carmen, you don't have to deal with any of this.
I know. I'm not over there.
The vinegar smells so strong.
I know.
now.
Maybe this will work. Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Good morning. My name is Sean.
Hi, Sean.
Hello. So I work for a pest control company. You're talking about the flies you have. If I could talk to you off air, maybe I can help you out, figure out where they're coming from, because they're definitely coming from a source.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate it. I have a pest control company here. I haven't given them a call yet, but thank you for the heads up.
You should.
I will. Thank you. I didn't know. Usually, when you have fruit flies, if you will, there's a fruit involved, and sometimes you throw that fruit away and the flies go away. Well, we have no idea what the source was. We tried to get rid of them. We can't. Now I have to call the pest control company.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. And I've went ahead and ruined equipment today trying to take care of it. Terrible move. Mike Calta Show, good morning.
My garage floor has a drain in it. Does yours have one that might have got covered up when you built your studio?
I mean, no, we didn't have one in this room for sure, but there may be one out there somewhere that I'm unaware of that I'm going to go take a look at.
That might be a source.
Thank you. Several people have said that.
I've been saying that for the past 7 weeks.
Right. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know that there. I mean, I would imagine all garages have a drain somewhere, but I don't know where mine is.
Galvin's been saying meat drain.
It might be the meat drain.
Meat drain.
Blame all this on Tom. Tom should be here trying to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, right?
Mike Calta Show. Good morning. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I've been in the restaurant and bar business for about 20 years. What they're attracted to in that room is your mechanical stuff, all the electrical stuff. You'll see they'll start collecting on wires and things like that. They are coming from a drain probably in your garage. I actually have something that works every time. I promise you it's not one of those look it up online kind of things. I can actually mail them to you, and I guarantee within 2 days they will be out of that room if I can just get a place where I can mail this to you.
What is it?
Well, they sell cheap versions of them online,
right?
It's called
and
anthrax.
they're little hanging things. No, they just hang.
Okay.
And usually it's got like a picture of little flies and an orange on it. Those things just don't work. There's a place down here in Sarasota. There's actually two of them, one in Sarasota and one in Bradenton, that sell these ones that are like the Uber version of them. And I mean, I purchased a bar that hadn't been cleaned in 10 years. I walked in and they were swarming.
Ugh.
I took two of these things, threw them. I mean, I chucked them in the room, and a day later they were gone.
All right, Carmen, will you give this guy the station address?
Yeah.
And have him sent to the station, have him send to Carmen, and I'll come get him?
Either that or I can definitely get them sent to you. No problem, wherever you want me to send them.
All right, hold on, sir, please. He's on line 2, Carmen.
Got it.
Oh, man. I hope it doesn't come to having to do something. I don't know what. I mean, clearly there's a bigger problem.
Yeah.
We just don't know what that problem is.